Hey everybody, welcome back to Quested. I am several ferrets in a big Mikey-sized trench coat. I'm Mikey Malakowski, and I am here with, as always...
David Ramos. I'm the emo girl that MGK fell in love with.
and, absolutely. And also...
William Rafter, MGK.
Shit. And last but certainly never least...
Nathan English, weirdo living underneath MGK's floorboards. I was gonna say, never mind. I was gonna relate it to what we were arguing about before.
Not related.
I was gonna be like, friend who is silenced.
We gotta get recording, brother.
Yeah, I was like, silenced. This MGK joke.
The fun thing about us is we will fully talk for 4 hours and not record.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to a point once we're making big money where we just come in and be like, hit fucking record.
Where we hate each other?
Yeah, we just don't speak before or after. As soon as the mics are off, we get up and go lead separate lives.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting there. Honestly, just like...
Facts, I hate you guys.
You guys fucking piss me off.
Yeah. I've been holding back on those feelings until it starts making money.
Yeah, I'm super
That'll be more
resentful.
of an excuse than anything.
I just am stewing my hatred.
We really hit a soft spot just now. The real feelings are coming out.
No, I love you boys. This game is fun.
Sponsored by BetterHelp. No, I'm just kidding. Are you on a toxic podcast? Use promo code.
I mean, I am forcing you all to do this at gunpoint.
Facts.
Yeah, there's like armed guards. There's barbed wire on the windows.
Oh yeah, those are the shareholders.
Those are the investors.
The executive producer has a fucking bomb.
Yeah, wait,
on
where are
his
your
chest.
guys' ankle bracelets?
I was shackled earlier, but they took them off because you could hear the chains rattling. Hit the mic. Yeah, take his handcuffs off. You can hear they're getting picked up on the mic.
Facts.
That's fucking amazing.
They didn't let me go to the bathroom when I didn't learn the script.
Oh yeah, you have to learn the script. Do you want to pee?
I had to, like, last night and the night before.
You pee your pants.
I did.
They fed me my weekly apple, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Did you eat it all? You didn't make it last?
No, I ate it without my hands, just rolling around on the floor.
Damn.
Like an octopus.
Yeah, like
you tasted it with your limbs.
No, I was, they had the shackles on me and they tossed the apple into my cell and I was eating it without my hands and just making animalistic noises.
That's actually a lot nicer than they were to you like a month ago.
Yeah, they used to beat me with rocks and they used to just open the cell and throw things at me.
Holy fuck. Are we like doing and the pulling back the veil of like bits? Are we just trying to make the opening of the podcast very unappealing and dark? It seems like we had a couple good runs and then it's just like I want to die. They're beating me with rocks.
No, we gotta weed out the.
I have not factored in the
followers.
listener into any of my intros.
I guess that's good. It's more natural. Of like the bits are more natural, but like holy fuck.
They're like, oh, these guys are just like that.
Yeah, these guys just actually.
That's their sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you can cut all of that if it's
okay.
No intro this week.
No intro this week. No,
just remember.
We have to live with that.
Yeah.
Someone said if Chris Rock's face was the Twin Towers and Will Smith's hands was a plane, then you'd all be really upset.
Oh my fucking god!
What the fuck?
Someone actually, they were like, I bet if, and then what I just said, like they're like, then you'd be upset.
The joke reaching shit is so funny.
It's hilarious.
The handful of bees thing.
If his hand was a knife. It's like, what?
Then you wouldn't be laughing.
If Will Smith was a cyborg capable of killing Chris Rock in one full swoop, I guarantee you guys would be pissing and shitting right now. It's like, is Will Smith still in my thoughts? Is Hancock 2 still coming out?
Right.
All right, okay.
Where's
that's
Hancock 2?
We're done. Shut up.
Okay. Little recap.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm on a lot of caffeine, I'm sorry. In the back half of their 2-week waiting period, Isaac found himself getting a gift from an eldritch being named the Pale King. Glitch flexed his casting muscles, finding his magic manifesting some strange fey energy, and Blint bolstered the Church of the Pantheon against Cromwell's church, as well as starting a hardy mareweed farm behind the eye of the villa. Isaac also looked into his old friend Quinten Taylor, stumbling upon the possible name of the being who pursued them after their escape from Cromwell's clutches, Holden Thorne. They then met Joe the Asshole, Isaac's merchant friend and the owner of Joe's Asshole, a notable shop in the city. David had that idea. A notable shop in the city set to supply them with adventuring supplies and the absolute fits for their award ceremony. They were then commended as heroes of the realm in front of the civilians of Crescent City and the traders of the crown. They stood up for Gregor, Ched, and Ezra, asking for lessened sentences as they were manipulated by Cromwell. And Cromwell was then wheeled in, sunken in and nearly catatonic. The gang made various points, and the trial began. We find ourselves at the beginning of the trial of Father Cromwell. Sorry. I must also say, as a point of order, I forgot to mention Oberyn was there. I was so caught up in just, the theatrics of the event, because it's huge. The Hall of Penance is it's a courthouse, man. There's not they're not getting this traffic regularly. So they're making an event out of showing these traders.
While there's a commotion, sorry, I try to quietly pop a bottle of wine open underneath my cloak. It's really loud, I imagine.
Yeah, it's super loud. Everyone heard it, and Oberyn looks at you like, I mean, really?
It's like that episode of The Office.
I'm looking around too, who did that?
You pop it you're in your coat.
Yeah, in my coat. I'm trying to discreetly pop it open.
Holy shit, that was good.
What the fuck?
But yeah, Oberyn is.
Is someone drinking in here?
Oberyn is eyeing you. He is standing in front of the judge's stand where Sora sits. Guarding her as he is one to do. And the trial begins. The hustle and bustle of the crowd kind of dies down to a more attentive volume, and they begin with the three people that you brought up because they have been made everyone else is kind of considered these faceless, even though they're not faceless cogs in Cromwell's thing, but it's been very obvious that they had a big part in it. Just to kind of speed this along, Ezra, Gregor, and Ched all get tried for in the endangerment of civilians, and homicidal intent to the crown. Whether their part in that was that exactly or not. And I believe that I will say, kind of behind the curtain, your guys' glowing recommendations of them kind of help dash that idea. Sora kind of has a way about her that you guys have seen her more casual. She never drops her guard. It's always pretty formal. She was raised with royalty. But she really plays up some theatrics and seems harsher in the court as a way to kind of dissuade people. After talking to each of them independently, Ezra gets charged with 5 years community service, sent to work in the Church of the Pantheon, where she can do some good. Gregor gets charged with 5 years community service, and so does Ched, but they are sent to work in the fields of Old Farinosa.
Ooh.
So they will be farmhands, basically. And they get off pretty light, comparatively. And Gregor, they're not allowed to talk to you. Ezra, kept her head down basically the whole time because she's ashamed. But when she was told that, kind of finally looked up at the queen and thanked her. And Ched, he's Ched. He's fucking just glad he's not going to Grimwater for the rest of his life. And he's just, he let out a little fuck yeah, oh my god. And as he was sent away, and Gregor immediately looks at you three and mouths, "Thank you." And with tears in his eyes.
I give him a little thumbs up.
And he's manacled, so he can't. But he gives his hand, a little thumb up with his hands kind of clasped together.
I just give a nod.
And they're sent. Everyone who gets tried is sent out of the courthouse. You assume to be kind of held in the dungeon just for a little bit. A couple more vigilants get tried. Basically, all of them are viewed as traitors of the crown and are sentenced to the dungeon as they're not viewed as magical threats. Which would not justify them going to Grimwater, but they're sentenced to like 30 years in the dungeon. And it's like, you're fucking young, like you're gonna be living there throughout.
Yeah.
And I think the public consensus is that that's kind of light, but then Norm gets called up to the stand. He was an elite Crescent guard, and sort of rips into him, kind of explaining that the Crescent Guard are warriors trained to protect and serve the crown. Treason of the normal sort is not at hand here. This is an personal matter, and will be judged as such. Norm is sentenced to exile in Grimwater for a life sentence for treason and homicidal intent of innocence. Then all the other elite, there's like 2 more elite Crescent Guard that were charged that are kind of just like, you didn't see them originally because they were kind of shrouded. You don't super recognize them. They're just like 2 humans that look fairly like, military cut, standard kind of thing. They also get sent to Grimwater and for intent of homicidal acts towards the queen. Secondly, before the big finale, Lord Terravan is called up to the stand. He is brought in because he is still, quote-unquote, injured from Blint hitting him over the head.
Has a neck brace on.
He has a neck brace. His eyes all puffy, even though you know that they could, like, heal him if they wanted to. He... give me an insight check, everybody, honestly. Give me an insight check.
I'm just like, how's your toilet?
My toilet is absolutely busted, I'm sure.
I got 23.
I got 15.
Googie?
I got 18.
You all kind of like look at each other as you realize like he's fucking playing this up. Like there's no way he's as injured as he is. You went light on him, like you just knocked him out. Like he's probably he probably was shaken, but it's been 2 weeks. Like there's no way he's
2 weeks.
So he's like being a little baby basically. And he gets sent to the stand, and Lord Terravan, for the crimes conspiracy and treason, you will be exiled to the salt mines in the rolling hills up north, where you will live out your days working under Lord Commander Crestborn. I have heard tell he's very militaristic. Good luck. You'll need it. And he starts bawling his eyes out. He's like, I've never worked a day in my life. What do you mean? And a guard like fucking pulls him. He's like, ow, he's hurting me. Do you see this? He's harassing me. This fucking piece of garbage. And
rough him up a little bit.
the guard like looks at he's wearing a helmet, so you can't really tell he's looking at you, but he kind of looks your way and then like pushes him. He's like, oh, I've got weak ankles. I could fall.
He's got liquid ankle disease.
Yeah. And you see like his wife and their kids are kind of like hanging their head in shame. But lastly, from the corner of the room, they wheel the now gaunt, catatonic Cromwell. He has kind of little like twitches of his hand and movement of his eyes, but for the most part, it's very labored. It's very, like, sunken in and kind of defeated. 1 second. My fan keeps my screen keeps goofing. My God. I don't know how to fix this. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. I love you guys. This is fucking ridiculous. I hope we never lose that. You know what I mean? I hope we never lose the like
That childlike spark.
yeah, the instinct to just make stupid noises on the fucking microphone. But yeah, Cromwell is essentially non-responsive, besides small gestures and eye movements, and he is wheeled up to the stand last. Everyone has been tried besides him. A lot of them has emptied the pews and allowed for civilians who are standing to be seated. This place is packed. Most packed it's probably ever been. And he's wheeled up, and Sora kind of like has a more empathetic tone, and she's like, Father Cromwell, I understand that you cannot communicate in traditional ways. So, if you can, blink. Once for yes, twice for no. I'm going to offer you an opportunity. Life in Grimwater for high treason and attempted assassination of royal blood. Or allow me to pry into your mind to see who you answered to, and the whereabouts of Holden Thorn. And you watch, it takes him a second to process this, and he blinks once for yes. They wheel him closer. She doesn't leave the stand, and she looks at him and goes, All right, everyone. Remain patient. This may take a minute. And she kind of does like the Professor X, like grabbing the temples thing,
Yeah.
and like looks at him. Her eyes kind of roll back, and you can see kind of like what looks like light purple magic kind of swirling around to him. And she starts to enact this ritual, speaking in Elvish, and you hear, as they're making eye contact, a whoosh, as the stained glass window that you are standing in front of is broken by something. And you look at the window, you look back, there is a gasp, and there is an arrow in Cromwell's throat. Do you guys want to make a perception check?
Yeah.
All of us?
Yeah, you guys all can. You're looking out the window, I imagine.
I got 10.
I got 18.
Can I run up to Cromwell?
Sure.
Can I use Revivify on him?
Revivify. Interesting. Okay, here's the interesting thing. You look at Cromwell as your hands are over him. You are attempting to cast this Revivify, and you watch this ebony arrow is right in the center of his throat. It's got this gold filigree on it, and it's not, there's like this strange kind of green poison, dark emerald green poison that is seeping into his throat, with this huge gash. Honestly, it looked like someone like really fucking shot this, and he looks like he is essentially, give me a medicine check.
Word. That's gonna be for 13.
So this poison doesn't look like it is local to anywhere that you've seen. Like, this doesn't look like natural. And you see as it is physically aging Cromwell to give him the idea of the semblance of dying of old age.
Ooh.
You could assume that this is on purpose, because obviously people have Revivify. And he is sputtering and choking with this kind of hoarse breath. And
Is it magical poison?
possibly. Why?
Can I try to see if it is? Would I be able to dispel magic?
You could do an Arcana check. It might not work on poison specifically.
Ugh. I just got a 7.
You don't think that would work. you watch as this is kind of like aging him. And this poison seems very unnatural. You don't know if magic is exactly making it unnatural, or it is just like, or if it is just like something manufactured. And he dies in the wheelchair, and your Revivify does not find purchase on him.
Oh, he passed away.
Aww. And Sora is like not even like moved by it. She's just like
Are the guards? Are the guards?
You watch as the Crescent Guard, as soon as there was like a breach of the wall, they like filed out and are like trying to find whoever did this. But you guys didn't see anything outside, and your Revivify didn't work. This is something entirely different and not local to Ismunda.
Could I,
Sora is just kind of fed up with the situation. Like, she gained nothing from this.
would I be able to do like an investigation check on the arrow to see if I know where it was made? Or if I can like tell like where it's from locally?
Yeah, for sure. Either history or investigation is good. Whatever you're better at. Whatever Glitch would lead with.
I think they're both intelligence, so... I got a 6.
Damn. Yeah, you can't quite tell. You've never really seen an arrow like this. It definitely doesn't look like it's anything from Anathema. Doesn't look like it's anything that you've seen in the capital.
Fuck.
Yeah. Is there anything anyone wants to do?
No, I just openly drink the wine that I had. Damn. It's crazy.
I'm going to grab the queen and like try to pull her away from the window.
Okay, yeah, Oberon's kind of got her like guarded. But you grab her and you tuck her behind the stand. And Oberon like addresses the crowd and goes, "Everyone, file out. This trial is commenced. We need to protect the queen and surround the area. Civilians, make your way back to the main thoroughfare. Thank you."
Wait, Oberon, why would you... Wait, have the guards look around the area before the civilian leaves, because maybe the perpetrator will use the mask of the crowd of people to try to escape through. So keep all the people here first and then look for them.
All right, you've got a point. Never mind. Stay here.
Everybody sit back down!
I finished this like, yeah. Everybody sit down.
Blinn is fully asleep. It has been.
You're in your
As soon as he sat down, he's like,
His head is fully back. He's like drooling.
You're in your cozy like purple velvet suit and beret.
Yeah, it's all like kind of.
You have sunglasses on too.
Yeah, like it looks like he's staring just directly at the front of the, like, not stage, but you know what I'm saying. But like he's like actively drooling, and his like glasses are like falling down. And you can see his eyes like. He's like going.
And
I yank really hard on your hair, and I'm like, Blink, get up, we gotta go look for this killer.
His beret like falls off. He's like, oh, what, who, huh? And he just like starts running he just starts doing what everyone else is doing.
Okay. Are you guys going outside to look like from where the arrow came from?
Yeah.
Give me investigation checks, everybody. I'm gonna roll one for Oberyn and the guards.
Do you have good investigation?
No, but I got an okay roll.
Can I give him guidance?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Yes.
It's for skill checks, right?
Yep.
Yee.
Nice.
Nice. Holy fuck.
Everybody's rolling good.
21.
Nice.
I got 20.
Damn, 21, 20, and 19. That's nuts.
Nice.
So you guys with Oberon in tow all walk outside, and you notice immediately that there is like a perfect amount of shade by this like red maple tree outside the Hall of Penance. It's kind of tucked away in this kind of corner, flanked by the white stone walls. And you go outside, and as you're walking up to it, you guys all three notice basically at the same time that there is this kind of like these footprints. They're not leading anywhere. It's not like someone's walking. It looked like burned into the grass here underneath the tree. And you can assume by way of amazing investigation checks that this is where the shooter was.
Huh.
Didn't leave anything else behind. There's no footsteps leading anywhere. Must have been magic of some sort for them to escape.
I think it was a ghost.
Good, Blinn. Good.
No. He's like scared.
You know, when we were out fighting the gnolls in the wildlands of Quinexia, we heard ghosts in the forest. I mean, ghosts are real. Yeah?
I told you guys it was ghosts.
Do you think that ghosts would leave footprints though?
Probably not. No, I'm sorry, Blint. And Oberyn like gives you like the pat of someone who isn't as close with you as they should be, but like it's like
He like pulls his arm away. He's like, it's ghosts.
Yeah, don't be patronizing to our friend.
okay.
Now they're mad. Hey, don't fucking talk to him like he's dumb. Even though everyone's like, yeah, it's ghosts.
We fought alongside each other in battle. I mean, I don't
Not
understand.
for long enough.
Yeah, I'm actually over it.
All right.
Seems logistical.
And you watch as like Oberyn like looks at you, Isaac, and is just like the look of like, I don't fucking know what to do.
Oh, don't worry. They just get like this sometimes.
Oberyn, do you know anybody who's like, is Tulip around?
Yes, yeah. Tulip was in the crowd.
Can you go grab Tulip? Maybe she would be able to like discern what type of magic this is.
Oh, I actually can do that as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Come
if
on,
I just
dude.
didn't.
I'll get Tulip.
No, you can do
you
it.
guys
like
are friends.
No, you seem like you really want to do it. So, like, if you can
did
do
study and investigation and school.
Wait, you said there's footprints, right?
Yeah, it's just like one set of footprints.
And that's who we think.
Yeah,
that-
the angle lines up because you guys did so well in your investigation checks. The angle lines up with where the arrow was
Yeah.
shot.
Is it like a trail of footprints or just like in one spot?
Yeah, one spot, just like actual,
As-
just one set of prints.
Right.
As you guys are going back
Burned
and
in
forth,
there.
Blint is knelt next to the footprints, and he's like scooping the dirt with his finger and licking it. He goes, yeah. He's like mumbling to himself, and he like thinks like he could like sniff where the person is.
Actually, you feel this strange kind of pull to those footprints.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird and kind of like reflexive. It doesn't feel like you're thinking about it, but when you went over there, it didn't feel like you like thought about going there. It was just like
Second nature.
second nature. And I feel like when you rage, it shows, but there is like this inherent magic to you that you can't quite or have ever tried to explain.
Okay.
And that's why you can like do cool shit like sap the life of people and like do crazy shit when you rage because it's just easier.
Mm-hmm.
But you are poking the footprints and you taste it and you watch as you remove your finger from your mouth and there's kind of like an inherent opalescent dust from the magic that burned it into the ground.
So would I be able to explain to someone like what's happening? I don't actually know, but I just see something.
I think Blint isn't fully smart enough to understand, but he is smart enough to connect it
to his own personal
to his own
magic.
personal experiences with
Is this that one ability?
magic. What's up?
Is it the barbarian ability
What?
for his subclass?
No, this isn't anything that he
Oh
can do.
shit! Okay.
This is just like his wild magic flavor. This is personal, I should say. In the history of Blint,
Mm-hmm.
what has been opalescent?
The key close. Facts.
You sounded like a kid that just got called on in class, and the teacher's trying to guide you to the answer, and you're just like, I don't know.
I didn't know if it was that was my first thought, but I was like, is this something like super deep that I probably won't remember?
The
No,
teacher's like holding your hand to the answer, and you're just like,
She's like,
"What's this?"
Mouthing it. I'm like, it's 7. Good.
What
good.
is it? But yeah, you think it has something to do with the key close.
Is it the same glow or just the same genre of glow?
Same genre of glow.
But it's not the straight up like blue
No,
orb
it like
glow.
it has this like kind of like like ash, like when something's burnt into something. But when
okay.
you removed it from your mouth and you watched the ash fall, it had that opalescent like pring to it.
Oh, okay. Guys, I think this mareweed's really hitting. I shouldn't have taken a nap in there. I'm all out of it right now.
Maybe you shouldn't be licking stuff off the ground.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. So, but there's something up. This seems oddly familiar, and I'm scared.
What's familiar about it?
This glow, it's triggering something.
Are you okay? Do you need to sit down?
And he just like falls over. Today's such a rough day for me. And then he just sits there and looks at the ground like a child.
And Oberyn like walks up and he's like, I mean, we said that, or no, he wasn't there for that. Did you guys inform Oberyn that did you inform Oberyn that Cromwell said the Keyclose would be unhappy with him?
I feel like we didn't.
I imagine over the 2 weeks we would have, but
I assumed you would because you guys have like had conversations.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we explicitly.
Yeah, well, we
said
can like kind of retcon it a little bit just for the sake of expediency. Yeah, he goes, well, I mean, if the Keyclose are truly larger than most people think, and the villa would have maybe they have means of doing things differently.
The Keyclose has shooters?
I believe I'm saying yes, the Keyclose may have shooters.
Oh no, they're the fucking worst.
I got shooters out in Entropica.
It's a bow and arrow. Never mind. But yeah. Wow. I've always hated those fucks, but they're really playing dirty now. And that glow is something from Entropica, and just reaffirms what I've always thought about them.
How would they be able to teleport all the way from Entropica into the castle walls here?
Usually the arcane turrets would spot them. I don't understand.
Well, maybe they snuck in. Maybe they snuck into Crescent City and then teleported out, and that's what we're seeing, the scorch marks of their teleportation.
It seems weird that they would leave like a mark of Entropica if they were to sneak in and then teleport to Entropica.
I think it was probably unintentional. I mean,
maybe they blended in with the crowd.
The way magic works, I mean, if something is that powerful like the Keyclose, and you are in service of it, it could impact you. I mean, you're like, for example, Tulip was mentioning your void magic glitch. You have almost like a void glow when you use things. Maybe this is just a side effect of someone in service of the villa.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't quite know. I need to brush up on Entropica. Maybe you can help me, Mr. Beastwood.
I could tell you some stuff, but I don't agree with what they do. But I do know a lot about it. From hating it.
I mean, you did grow up in a place where the Keyclose is huge, correct? Everyone.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the Keyclose, I mean, I lived very far from it. The people I grew up with in my family aren't exactly involved in the religious community, but we, of course, have had it shoved down our throats our whole lives. So we basically know how they operate, and we don't like it. So that's why, the further you are from it, the less it occupies your mind. And, my family has actively worked against it. My uncle. And, but, yeah, I do have the knowledge, and they play dirty to those people. And we don't really know what's going on in there.
You say he's played against them. Is he an expert on the villa and the Keyclose?
My uncle?
Yes.
You could say that, yeah. I mean, he knows a lot about it because He's kind of a rebel. He's kind of cool. He's kind of fucking dope, actually.
Could we get him in here?
Well, he's currently in prison. But if we find him, or we get him out, you could definitely talk to him.
Well,
he knows a lot of things. He taught me everything I know. He also likes to party.
Well, I mean, if he's anything like you, I mean, you should be fun. And you watch as Tulip is taking the queen out of the Hall of Penance, and they walk up to you guys. Oberyn kind of grabs the queen, not grabs her, but like sidles up to her to like fulfill his duty. And you watch as they both cast mage armor on themselves. It's fucking rad. And Tulip kind of walks up and she's like, Glitch, I tried to study the poison, but I've never seen anything like that. It is resistant to divination.
Yeah, I tried to dispel it, but my magic didn't seem to have any effect on it.
Yeah, it reacted strangely, almost like it was trying to lash out, like it was, I don't know, I wouldn't say sentient, but it seemed designed to avoid this sort of thing, and that could be very, very bad for us.
I mean, that would be basically like the perfect, like, assassination tool.
Yeah, and I'm surprised it was levied at Cromwell, and she kind of like tries to make it so the queen can't really hear, and like her and Oberyn, like Sora and Oberyn are talking, and she's like, the queen would be a more valued target. I don't understand why someone would want Cromwell dead. It must be because he knows something. And Sora kind of like hears, like, knows something, and kind of says, like, addresses you three and is like, I wasn't able to see much, but he was terrified of the villa. And there was a word I've never heard before. The only thing that jumped out, the word tumen. I've never heard of this. I've studied in Tropica, and I've never heard of tumen. I don't know what that holds. Maybe it's a name? Might be a lead. I'm going to contact my contacts throughout the country, see if I can lend any feelers, unless that would be a bad idea. We might have information that no one else has.
Do you know anyone that's, like, directly opposing Entropica, like, openly?
I mean, there was tale of the Iron Cask, like, years ago.
The Iron Cask?
Wait a second.
He does that for 2 minutes straight.
Just keep doing it, but I can't. Hold on. That's my Uncle Vlev. His group is the Iron Cask. That's how I got free drinks at the Eye of the Villa.
Well, that's been the only known group to oppose the villa. They aren't still alive, right?
I think they might be, but he's in jail, so I don't really have any knowledge. But they could be just separated. It's still in operation, but he was kind of a big shot for them, and he's in Gyroflex.
I love that.
Don't laugh. This is my life. I'm just kidding.
This is my fucking livelihood, bro.
So wait, there's a group called the Villa, right?
It is
They live in the Kiklos.
It is more of a, from what I've read, there's several hypotheses on it. It's more of a mythic kind of heaven thing.
No one really knows.
Some people believe that there are people in there that are actively shaping the well-being of Entropica. Some people believe it is like heaven, and it is like where you go when you pass on.
So the Villa is a place with a group of people inside of it?
Yeah.
That is some of the theories.
One of the theories is that there's super high religious people that live in this,
basically gods.
Like a fictional, to me it's fictional, like a castle in there, and they're like the highest of high religious people. But no one can say because no one can actually see into it.
Yes, you cannot. I mean,
So no one knows.
a lot of mages have tried to get into the key close, and first you have to pass the die-hard heretics of the key close, and if you get past them, you can't teleport into the key close. There has been people who've tried, and they have, well, wound up in very strange places.
And then there's a bar called the Eye of the Villa. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
The Aston Villa inside the Kyklos that's the name of the community,
The mythic
the
community.
mythic community.
Yes.
So the Eye of the Villa is just a name spinning off of that.
Oh. I was going to say, that sounds really suspicious.
Yeah, actually. We should go burn it down.
One of your best friends in Orem Strangepath. Yeah, with that, they just say, it seems we have more questions than answers, but, for now, clearly the person who did this is not present. I believe we can go home. I don't feel safe being out here. I believe you have business to attend to, and, like, looks at Isaac. But,
Yes.
and she, like, looks at you, Blue, and she goes, I would like to get together and pick your brain before you venture off anywhere. I'm sure you're not going to stay here too long.
Okay.
Just get a formal account of everything that you've experienced that relate to the Kyklos and the Villa growing up in Entropica.
All right.
What city were you from, by the way?
Fuck, I don't even remember what I wrote. Cobalt. That's the name of it?
Yeah.
That's why I need a map.
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
I only
you
remember
did.
the dumb names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when there's a place called Gyroflex, you're not gonna remember Cobalt. Like,
Yeah, because
true.
I remember like the really extreme. Yeah, I don't remember.
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. So are we having this conversation right now?
No,
IRL?
no. She's just like I would like to get together
Oh, okay.
at some point. And Sora like curtsies and
She curtsies.
yeah, I don't know. What does like queens do? They just bow. She just bows. She nods. And
I curtsy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have a nice little tunic robe
Mhm.
thing or dress thing. And yeah, you Sora and Oberyn head off. Tulip says to Glitch, "My dad is returning back to the city tomorrow." And
Are you asking me?
oh no, I'm telling you.
Oh, it sounded, you said that like with a question mark.
Well, you can never be too sure about these things. He's insanely busy, so.
That's fair.
But he should be returning back tomorrow, and he said he will just await you to go to Carathuan and get your ship, unless you have other business.
Are we headed to Carathuan? Where are we going?
I have one last thing that I'd like to take care of in the city before we head out.
Okay. I won't be able to leave right away if that's okay with him.
Oh, that's fine. He can wait a day or two, as long as it won't be that long.
How long do you think it's going to be, Isaac?
Well, depending on how quick the Queen can throw things together, could be finished by tomorrow.
And you think that's an accurate appropriation of the time? And she goes, well, it all works out then. Yeah, I have a lot to research. I took a vial of that poison. It is kind of mixed with Cromwell's blood, but
Did it taste good?
I didn't taste it. You shouldn't be.
Isaac's a little drunk.
Oh. She picks up on that, and she's like, you know not to try poison, right?
Yeah, of course.
Did you
You're looking off in the
Yeah.
other direction.
did you get the arrow as well?
She goes, yeah, we're going to be researching this, because it's new. I've never heard of ebony marksmanship or craftsmanship before. This is honestly, like, I hate to say it because it did kill somebody. It's kind of gorgeous. And like a research information, she like realizes that she's over explaining. Is like, I'll let you know. I had something made for you guys back at Joe's asshole.
Ooh.
Hey, man, that's just too good of a name. We gotta keep it. It'll help us keep in touch. I think you'll like it. And she like rubs your little head. Gives like a wave to Isaac and Blint. And
Blint bows and farts.
she laughs. She goes like
He goes, "Milady." He goes, "What'd you say?"
she just waves at you, laughs and goes, "I'm getting the arrow." And
Bye,
starts-
Tulip.
Bye, Glitch. Bye, Vibe Squad. And starts walking away. Yeah, you guys, Isaac, you want to do that right now? You want to do your thing today?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys make your way out of the big gilded elven golden doors that separate the Red Maple District from the main thoroughfare, loop fully around, and make your way to the big wooden doors that separate the docks from the Anthropican district. You cut through the Anthropican district and get to these big wooden doors on these this giant white stone wall, and you open it and you're immediately blasted with the sound of seagulls in the air, the crash of the waves that are blocked off really with the when being in the Red Maple and the Silver Spires districts, because there's huge walls that are keeping it kind of quiet. But there's no walls here, baby. I mean, there is like walls that guard the docks off from the side and kind of keep the capital within there, but there is the smell of like fresh fish, a touch of exported cinnamon, and like stale beer and sweat of the dock workers that just waft your direction as you're walking down the way to the docks. And instead of going right to the water, off to the up to the left on the walls, the guard walls that like keep the docks in kind of like in safety really. There is this large brick tower with like a red roof, and you know that as what, because you can see the miles worth of thin metal that kind of roller coaster wise stretches out past into the Shimmer Lake. That is where the tram is that heads to Grimwater. You guys hit an immediate left when you enter the dock district. Walk up, a pretty big it's been like maybe like 5 or 6 stories of stairs to climb these massive white walls, and get up on top, basically with this beautiful view of not only the Shimmer Lake, but if you look to your right, you can see like the city. I think this is like, it's rare that you get to go up on the guard walls, and because they don't welcome people up here.
Yeah.
And it is cordoned off from the rest of the initial guard walls, but it's beautiful. You can see everything, and you make your way straight along, and you get to the big brick tower, and it has this like wrought iron metal gate that just like the guard like nods at you, and they creak open, and the tram isn't like enclosed on the other side. It's very open. It's almost like you're getting into a roller coaster ride for real. You look, and the tram itself isn't like a stereotypical tram where it hangs. It is much like an old fashioned kind of car, like the first kind of cars. It's like this black car that has this beautiful red leather with like 4 seats. There's like a little like driver's seat, quote unquote. There's no steering wheel. It's on like a steady track, but there is like a lever that the driver, who is this guard, will pull to keep you following along. And there's no hood to this car. Gold trim along the wheels in the seats that are connected onto this track. It seems kind of dangerous in the way that a lot of old things are dangerous. You step. The guard goes, "All right, folks, are you ready?" to depart.
Yes. Set sail.
All right. Well,
Yeah, we got a human aquarium right here.
such a real gulp. Like, it felt like
I had to. There was so much. I was nervous I was going to spit it out.
not on my favorite Thrasher crew neck. I do love that fucking crew neck.
Thank you. It's not mine.
I know it's Stina's, but
Hey.
it's a nice ass shirt. Man.
I love
it's
the
so
crew
nice.
neck, but I love the neck it's crewing. if
Facts.
that makes sense.
Damn.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
The whole crew necks.
She gave the whole crew neck. You know what I mean? That's one of the oldest like Twitter jokes.
Okay. So
Yeah, come on.
Glitch
Yeah,
has
what's up?
Glitch has a little snack.
Yeah, Glitch is violently eating a snack
You're like
like it's his last meal
ravenous.
ever.
You're ravenously biting into a box of crackers.
Yeah, Glitch always has snacks on him now that he's starting to develop, like, people feelings.
Facts.
Yes.
He's got he can actually taste and shit.
You open his like little satchel or whatever. There's nothing of use besides little snacks that like
He has
loose-
like
chips,
babies
loose
eat.
chips in his
loose
pocket.
snacks.
There's like animal crackers, no bag or box, just in the bottom of the fucking
Mid
bag.
conversation, reaches into his pocket and starts, like, eating something, and you're like, did you just pull, like, loose food out of your pocket and
all-
start eating it?
It's all
loose
so
lunch meat in
stale
there?
and dirty,
Yeah.
but he doesn't care.
Yeah, there used to be items in there. And
You
now
have
it's-
loose lunch meat in your
Get a cooler.
Do you want some pocket bologna to make yourself feel better?
There's just cuts of meat.
It's been in there for like a week.
Yeah.
Just getting warm.
Just smells.
Uh-huh.
Just fucking like driblets of dairy.
Okay. So, as you're biting into your little satchel of snacks, this tram exits the dark interior of this brick building and kind of jets out onto this sunny day. The Shimmer Lake is gorgeous. I don't think Blint or Glitch have ever seen it. You guys see this beautiful, like, it looks like this crystal clear lake, and the sun just dances off of it in these, like, kind of arcane looking crystals, and it kind of has this almost like kind of like glow dust, like, rising from the lake itself. And there's sparse islands here, but you are being directed on this, like, honestly, it's like 50 feet up in the air tram, this track that is being loosely piloted. It just kind of has like an on and off, like a break and a go, by this guard that's with you. And you guys are kind of crisscrossing, snaking around this the Shimmer Lake, and you pass like loose islands and stuff, small little like places and stuff. There's boats in the distance traveling to, I believe it is Maw Pond is down there. I could be wrong. If I am, just replace it in post. It was actually Stone's Throw, a quaint little riverside town to the south of Quinexia. My bad. Yeah, you guys are heading down southward.
Hey, future Mikey, add an elevator ding. Thank you.
Yeah, future Mikey, can you give David head after the episode?
Future Mikey, Nate's gonna watch that, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, can you give me head in post?
Giving head in
I'm
post.
keeping all of this in.
Someone tweet that from the Quest account. Giving head in post.
I can't wait until we have an audience and just lose all of it by saying insane shit.
Hey man, if you don't like us at our giving head in post,
You're not gonna like us at our emotional conversation
at our yeah,
or expanding your brain in post.
doing your own research in post.
Yeah. So, so you guys are crisscrossing around this tram, and it starts to get further. You look back, and like the capital is like so small in the distance, it almost looks like minuscule.
I'm just looking out the window. I open another bottle of wine.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm perfect.
You don't seem good, dude.
You've had a significant amount of alcohol today.
We're scared, man.
I think this is my normal amount of alcohol.
I've never seen you consume alcohol besides when we're at the tavern.
Oh, I thought you knew me better than that.
I feel like you're gaslighting us.
Yeah, it kind
that
of feels like
doesn't-
you're gaslighting your friends. The driver is.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, I'm Kyle. What's up?
Yeah, Kyle. Well, anyway, I'm
Yeah,
not
butt out of it,
gaslighting
Kyle.
It's
you.
with a C.
Of course it is.
And he has his his elbow off the side, just kind of like looks forward, holding the lever.
It's spelled Chyle.
How did you know?
It says it on your name tag.
Oh yeah, I forgot they gave me that.
It's spelled like aisle, but with a C.
Chysle.
That is
Ew.
the most extra.
It's fucking amazing.
I hate that.
I love that so much.
After this, we need to look up on like social media if there's a dude who actually
Kyle.
spelled
Is your name Chisel? No, it's Kyle.
It looks like Chisel. Is your name Chisel? I fucking wish, dude.
Anything would be better. Free me from the pain of Kyle.
I wish I could be Chisel.
That would save me so much time. He looks over the thing and just contemplates just completely jumping off.
Could you imagine how bad my Starbucks order is?
Chisel, you're like, yeah, okay.
Sure, yeah.
Anything but this.
That
was good, dude. Oh, that got me.
But yeah, you guys kind of have that the conversation peters out as you get closer to Grimwater. The tram slows down with a metal screech as the brakes kick in, and the driver kind of lets you guys out on another brick tower as you kind of dock there. The wrought iron gate lifts again, like the other one from the other one that the city does, and you guys are greeted to this wide, dark cobblestone stairway. It's very menacing. There's this palpable feeling of dread that just like hangs in the air. And although the day is like sunny and beautiful, it kind of has this. You know when you're in a place and you just feel like this shit is yikes. There's people are miserable and or die here. Like that is kind of what you're seeing. Because like Grimwater itself like sits on this like natural stone hill. A slate.
Sounds like every Rust Belt city in America.
Facts. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold that in.
No, you need to let the jokes go. It's kind of this slate black building towering nearly like 10 stories tall. The front entrance are these 15-foot tall double doors, these like flat steel. What are you thinking of?
I'm so sorry. In my head, I was going to say like a specific city, but I was like, no, because someone would be. I was going to say it sounds like Cleveland, but I was like, I'll just keep it broad because I don't want people to get upset.
You were like, I was going to say Cleveland, but I decided to not say Cleveland.
Yeah,
I decided to
Just
not
leave
say
the whole
Cleveland,
thing in.
Ohio.
I was going to say Cleveland, Ohio, but I didn't. You're
Yeah.
welcome, Cleveland.
Hold in your jokes and we'll give you like blue balls.
Joke.
No, I know. It's either that or I do hold a lot in, but sometimes I'll like start laughing to myself, but I'm like, it's probably better for me to just say it.
Yeah.
Give you blue tummy.
No, it'll give you literal blue balls.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that sounds really scary.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
it's really
You gotta let
scary
them
and it
jokes
hurts, and I need your help.
I need you to rub them.
Fucking bad.
It really fucking
I'm like,
hurts.
like I'm audibly like, because I'm holding
Say
in
a
so many
joke,
jokes.
buddy. Are you okay?
And I say it just way after when the context is completely gone.
More like idiot.
like Cleveland, and you're like, we're having a full conversation. in here.
Like we're in the trial right now.
We're talking about the geopolitical climate of Crescent City.
It sounds like Buffalo. Are you good? Can we talk after the episode? It's not too late for us to kick you out.
Okay. Yeah, the front entrance is these 15-foot tall steel doors. And you guys walk up these thick, dark cobblestone slate stairs. And when you enter the foyer, there's a check-in window to the right and a break room to the left. And you can see like signs denoting that the back rooms are an armaments room and a locker room area. And in the center of the foyer hangs like this magical chandelier. It kind of like looks very steampunky. It's got like these like constant like flickers of like, it's very unnatural, you know what I mean? Like how like a candle doesn't have a constant flicker of like a perfect little flame, but this kind of has that. And you see off straight ahead, blocking off the entrance to the stairway, is what you've heard of but never seen. These are called arcs. It's essentially two thick electrical coils on each side of the corners, with this purplish like force field looking like wall of arcana that's like bouncing back and forth between it constantly, making this like noise. And that noise kind of just fills the silence of this first floor. In the check-in area, there's this guard woman. Holy shit!
That doesn't usually happen.
That was like
Leave that in if it fit. Do the mic
that was
thing.
like the worst noise. It was like a bit. It was like a fucking SpongeBob bit.
If you push down and move it, it makes a noise. But I didn't. That didn't happen the first time. So I was
fucking
like,
crying.
we're subtly sabotaging
Okay.
this.
No,
whole
it's fine. This is a very
description.
serious episode, so it's good to get the the bits out.
Yeah, I was not trying to draw attention to
No,
myself.
you're good.
This is
I
me
know
trying
you
to draw
weren't.
attention to my. No, I'm just kidding. I scream. I'm mad. No one laughed at it. All right, go ahead.
There's this halfling guard woman with curly auburn hair. Looks pretty young, and it seems like this is kind of like a way of passage. People can choose to go to Grimwater instead of being a normal guard, which is like, why would you do that? But and she looks at everybody and she goes, "Hi, I'd like to check you in."
You would? Oh, perfect. Yes, I am Isaac Yamero. I am here to visit an inmate named Quinten Taylor.
All right. Are you all going up with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will need to check all of you in here. And she hands you guys like a little clipboard, and like in the little cubby of the window, the little like what the fuck is that called? Little like hole,
Coin slot?
the coin hole. Yeah, the fucking the coins. She hands you guys a clipboard and a pen to sign an inkwell pen to sign your guys' names. And she explains that so once your name's written down, you'll need to sit for a half an hour and attune with this. And she pulls out this like sleek marble ball that's maybe the size of like a soccer ball. Very dense, kind of has this hum to it as soon as she pulls it out of something. And she's like, this is the Arc Heart. Basically, the way that Grimwater works is you kind of have to attune to this, and it's kind of like a one and done. As soon as you exit the confines of Grimwater, it will disintegrate. Kind of, it's just security measures. If you don't attune to this Arc Heart and try to pass through the arcs, you'll be disintegrated. So
Can I test it?
I wouldn't. And she slides through the coin slot. Fucking
A waiver.
a waiver.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She hands a waiver saying that you're willingly attuning to this Arc Heart and going through the arcs so that they won't get sued. And yeah, she just goes, you can wait over there. Points to a couple sets of benches, and
We can wave over here?
What's gonna happen?
Yeah,
my name's
yeah.
here.
She's like, my name's Keely. Nice to meet you. And she
I'm,
sticks her hand through the thing.
I'm Great at Creation. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Everyone who comes in here, I mean, we don't get a lot of people because it's kind of like one and done. You kind of come in here to like say your goodbyes to people. Everyone's so miserable, so it's kind of nice to meet someone who has a cheery disposition. Are you okay, sir? You just look like you're like falling asleep mid-sentence.
No.
Your eyes are really red. Were you crying?
No, you were crying.
Okay.
When I walked up here, you were crying. You weirdo.
All right, sign the waiver.
Yeah, I like push him away.
Blint just keeps standing in front of the window, and he's just like,
Huge.
he's like,
The top of your like face is cut off. So you can't see your eyes.
You can only see like my stomach. And he's just standing
It's
there.
pressing against the window.
It's like resting on the
Say you
counter.
were shirtless in your velvet suit.
Yeah, his like tummy, his like protruding beer belly is just pushed against the glass because he doesn't know what to do.
There's condensation forming around it.
A sweat outline on the glass. He's like, huh? Oh, and he just like follows them to like the waiting area.
It peels off the window.
You have to like pull it off.
It's like suctioned on. You have to dig your fingers in to
Yeah,
pop
he's like,
it off.
"Oh, fucking-" there's like hair stuck to the window.
Sorry.
He's like, my bad.
And you guys wait in this waiting area. You all are like sitting in the proximity of this R cart. It kind of has this vestibule to sit around it, and there's like a palpable warmth and hum coming from it that you can feel like a tether to the arcs. And after the half an hour, you guys are. I imagine you're still drinking to keep the buzz going.
Yeah.
You guys are attuned to it.
I brought a glass with me, like a drinking glass.
You're pouring it into the glass and then drinking it.
Yes.
And she clocks the glass and she's like, "That's fine in this floor, but I will ask that you don't bring any glassware up or anything that could potentially be used as a weapon, as it could be very dangerous for the inmates."
All right, all right, Kyle.
That's fine. Well,
I'm
I'll take
Kaylee.
care of it. And I grab the glass and I smash it on the ground.
And she just goes, "I gotta clean that up
And
now."
then Blinn grabs the bottle and throws it at the exact same place.
And
And then he goes, "What about these?" And he like flexes. He goes, "Could I bring these in?" And he like knows that they're shitty jokes.
she looks at you and she goes, her sunny disposition is slowly souring, and she just like
Glitches beneath him, also flexing.
she's like looks at you guys and goes, "Well, can someone rip those off and use them as weapons to hurt someone or themselves?"
Maybe. I try to rip Blint's arm off.
And Blinn's just swinging Glitch like by his arm.
Like picks me up off the
like
ground.
a little kid, like you're like how they hold onto your
Ruin
arm.
my joke. He's like upset.
I pull out a smaller wine bottle and sip it in secret away from them.
His
Do a
wine in
stealth check
flask.
for me.
This dude put wine in a flask.
You have to beat a 14.
I put wine in a flask. Stealth.
It's funny that we're still dressed up
I know, yeah, that's.
and we're just continuing our
I got a
travels.
10.
She clocks it and she pulls out a flask and goes, "Put it in this."
Okay. I put it in and I just start chugging it again. And I whip the glass bottle.
And you fully soured her disposition on this morning.
Is there more glass stuff we could throw?
Please, for the God's sake, no.
Okay.
There's just against the wall broken glass everywhere.
Fucking like a
There's like
quarter.
wine dripping down the wall.
Yeah, and you guys,
I love how we just do minorly inconvenient,
I
stupid
love,
things.
I fucking love it.
It's so dumb.
And she points her way towards the stairs. She goes, "Once you pass the arcs, there are guards on each floor. They will see the arc heart and realize that you are attuned, so they won't obviously attack you or hound you. Who are you here to see?"
Mr. Quinten Taylor.
He is on the, and she's like flipping through. She's on the 4th floor.
Perfect.
After that, just hand me back the arc heart and we'll dispose of it, and that'll be the end of your time at Grimwater. I would ask no quiet conversation, no conspiracy, and no weapons inside the...
I look up at Blint and I like usher him down and I start whispering in his ear.
Hey.
But I'm just doing that.
Just, hey, stop it!
And Blink goes, it tickles. Because he's like in my ear. He's like,
Your little like deep voice is like shaking his ear canal. And yeah, you guys make your way up the spiraling stairway, the staircase, and each floor kind of is sectioned off by these the same sleek steel doors, and you make your way to the big 04 on the wall and head right into the hallway. As soon as you open the door, you see this straight hallway that are just 4 cells that each have arcs in front of the cells, smaller versions of the arcs, and this kind of they look like a different color, whereas normal arcs have this purple energy. These arcs have this red energy. And there are torches that burn dim light in the hallway just past the doorway, and one big arc that is right in front of the door. Like, literally, you open the door and you just see the vroom, 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 vroom shit bouncing back and forth as the precipice of this hallway starts. And you just cross the threshold, and it is like a brief second of panic. And it kind of tingles, honestly, as you feel like the vroom wash over you. But it's good. The arc card is protecting you. It kind of hums with... It normally has kind of like a higher hum, but it kind of matches the room when you reach past the precipice of the arc. And yeah, there are guards at the end of the hallway. There's this like small window and a guard at the direct beginning of this in normal vigilant plate. The guard gives you a nod, and you pass this first person. They're this wood elf kind of covered in like filth, and they're just like staring dead-eyed. Like they have like the Grudge Woman hair, just kind of, she's like staring dead-eyed, and she blinks a little bit very quickly. Dead-eyed, blinks a little bit very quickly, doesn't follow, like her eyes don't follow you. She's just like nearly catatonic, staring straight forward. And you look to your left on another cell. There's this like man with this receding hairline. He has like red hair, and he's like this chubbier human guy who is just like not super paying attention. He's kind of just like writing on this little desk area that he has, and he has this like snaking scar that goes from his throat to like his nose that just like wraps around, almost like looks like a snake. And you look to your immediate right after that's the woman's cell, and you see a pale reflection of the Quinten Taylor that you knew. What was once a blonde mop of hair is now a shaved head, shoddily done in what you can only assume was a manic gesture for some semblance of control. His eyes that once held so much life are now like pale and defeated. His complexion has been ruddied by the dirt and monotony of this time here. And you get like sponge baths here, and you just assume that he probably has been denying them as kind of like a statement or something that he refused to for some reason. He has this long blonde beard that kind of whitens at his chest, and wisps down, and his infamous beer gut has long since slimmed, and he's become more sinewy, like lean muscle, with large bags under his eyes. His cell is bare and unattended to, his stone bed seeing the most wear. It kind of like looks like the stone is like wearing away from where he lays. There's only a small mirror, a toilet, and like this little desk area. And he kind of like was just like staring in the mirror until like he hears you walk up.
Yeah, and I like knock on the wall next to it.
Yeah, what sections you guys off is this like red arc that is like what sections you off is this red arc that's just like boom, 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 boom. And you like knock on like the wall that is like right next to the coil. And
is this your band member friend?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was making sure.
And you see he like kind of like slowly turns to you, and he's like, well, my eyes deceiving me.
Afraid not, old friend.
Old friend, yeah.
Isaac's kind of like,
Oh, you under the weather?
no, I'm just feeling courageous right now.
Yeah, you always were when you were pissed.
Yes.
Look at you. You look good, man. You're, finally dressed in that finery that you talked about having. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Saved the city.
Oh, did you?
Mm.
Wonderful. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sure you'll, regale me with that tale, yeah? Brag on me, you know?
No.
No.
Here for something else today.
Don't tell me in the 14 years since I seen you that you've become... It's been 14 years, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell me in the 14 years that I've seen you stopped being a braggart.
Oh, it's just not too important right now. I suppose I could tell you on the road once we figure out your court case.
And he, like... It's not like he's, like, taken aback by that. He just doesn't seem to believe that. He's like, oh... The court case, yeah, the one that... 3 years ago. Where, you know... Did you read the report?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I had a question for you, but I think I don't. Now that I'm looking at you, I don't really want to know the answer. So, I guess I'll just, drink it in. Look at you, mate. Look at you. Don't I look good? And he, like, kind of, like, coughs and, like, has, like, his voice is much raspier than you remember it. He's like, you know, I've been clean for, 3 years I've been in here. You know, the first week, I felt like I was gonna puke up me guts. I, couldn't stop shaking, and on top of everything, I just wanted it to be over. What are you doing here?
I'm here to save you from the dungeon, as the storytellers have said.
I'm a big hero. You think I really need to be saved? You think I deserve it, huh? You always were kind of cheeky. You liked a little bit of irony, huh? Saving the old bastard who beat a kid to death. You know, they call me Crown Killer. Oh gods.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry it happened. Been sorry every day. But sorry doesn't get anyone anywhere. Talk doesn't get anyone anywhere. And you see him getting, like, that frustrated, furrowed brow that he always had. And he kind of fights it for the first time. You've never seen him fight back anger. He usually embraced it. And he kind of just, like, looks off at, like, his wall, surveys himself in the mirror, and he's like, you really gonna... Queen's gonna let you do a retrial, huh?
Yep.
And he looks at you, like, in the eyes, actually, and he goes, about time you were a man of action. About fucking time.
I suppose you can thank my friends here for that.
Oh! We've got guests.
This is Blint and this is Glitch.
Hi.
You see this, like, older, like, middle-aged looking halfling man. He's like, oh. Hello, fellas.
Nice to finally meet you.
How you doing, blokes? Does he talk about me much, huh? Tell you about the band, tell you about all the tales. About him and fucking Kalaya, yeah?
No.
Met Curtis, huh?
No, he doesn't really open up that much, and we just met him like 2 weeks ago.
Man, you are always playing your cards. close to your fucking chest, yeah?
And Blint like punches the like. I don't want to say force field 'cause that's so generic, but the thing that blocks him in.
Yeah, you're
He
punching
like
it.
punches it because he doesn't like that he's like saying stuff.
You
about
watch your hand kind of just like breaches the boundary for a second and then
Yeah.
like stings.
it. Oh.
It doesn't have like a solid mass, it just like hurts.
Yeah.
I just pat Blint on like the side of the arm.
Defensive, yeah. Makes sense. They don't really know you yet. They don't know you yet. Has he run away yet? Huh? Run away from when shit gets real.
Actually, no, he's been pretty brave this entire time.
Oh. Guess an old dog can learn new tricks.
He's my hero.
And he looks at you like he like was smiling kind of cheekily, and he like drops it and goes, I'd watch out who you look up to, mate.
I look up to these two right here.
I mean, physically, probably.
No, I don't get it.
We're short, me and you. Yeah.
Oh.
It was a cheeky little joke, yeah.
No, yeah, I meant that they're my heroes.
Well, isn't that wonderful? It's good to have heroes. How old's your kid?
I'm 3.
I hope the world does you better than it did us. Isn't that right, Isaac?
And Blint says, "It's tough talk coming from a criminal."
That's the funniest shit I've heard in 3 years, mate. Believe me, man. The kid you're running with, I'm a criminal. Yeah.
Well, you're also ugly and deprived of nutrition. He just makes it very literal.
All right, Blint. It's fine.
And Blint's getting the nuke glow.
Oh,
He's upset.
You're gonna sick your dog on me. Oh, and you notice as you get that nuke glow, it dies, not of your volition.
Yeah, like
And you can
forced.
kind of see in the room that magic doesn't fly here. Like no one. The reason why people go to Grimwater and there's mages and stuff is because they can't cast magic here. So your rage kind of doesn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Although it's like starts to bubble up, but it just feels like the outside is suppressing it.
Yeah.
You're gonna sick your dog on me, mate.
No.
I'm actually pretty happy. You know what I mean? I used to be a mad little bugger, yeah. You know, being alone, you kind of have to face it. I can see it on you. I mean, you're here, you're facing something. The little boogeyman from Clearwater, me. You talk to any of them?
I think we should probably start figuring out your case.
Give me a persuasion check.
This reminds me of
Oof.
Batman when he goes to talk at the prison. That's not a spoiler or anything.
That is a huge
but
compliment.
But it reminds me of well, I mean, it's happened in other Batman superhero movies too, where they go to talk to someone in prison and they're like, "Tell me everything," and like
Yeah.
punch the glass.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
I got 29.
The DC was 25. And you look as the disbelief of you saying that another time is dashed.
Wait, the look of what?
The look of disbelief and kind of like spiteful cheekiness is dashed as you watch it ring that he might actually get out of here. And he kind of like straightens his posture up on that stone bed. And he's like, his little legs dangling off. And he's like, "Alright, my child."
It's actually happening tomorrow.
Are you fucking kidding me? What did you do, mate? What did all three of you do to get me out of here?
It was a failed assassination attempt. We thought it.
Well.
We saved the fucking kingdom.
And he looks at you and he's like, "Good on you, mate. You know, I killed the Lord's son. Wasn't intentional. I snapped. You might know a thing or two about that, huh, big man? Snapping.
I don't snap.
No, when he snapped.
Yeah. And you watched. Do you think you snapped twice in front of him?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't snap.
Right, yeah. You ever just lose it and you someone sends you so much that you just lose it and you can't stop. I didn't think I killed him. I really didn't think I killed him. And I feel like I've thought about it a million times. If I did it again, I would have just walked out of there. And he's just staring off, and he's like,
You can't dwell on the mistakes of the past. You have to learn how to live with it and move forward. You're stuck.
Wait, who did he kill?
he killed a lord's son. Did you tell them? No, you don't know. He killed he just said he killed a lord's son.
Okay.
And a lord could basically be anyone that's like a noble that has been gifted land by Crescent City.
Oh, okay.
Like Terravan was a lord.
Yeah, like a well-to-do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you're right. You know, a lot of me feels like I deserve to be in here. It forced me to put down a bottle. And it forced me to face myself. And I wish it didn't come at the cost of a kid's life.
This fucking thing. Okay, there we go. It's the last time I'll move.
No,
it
you're
for a
good,
while.
buddy. But I'm sure you didn't come here to listen to my sob story. I'm surprised you're still here, buddy. Maybe I got the wrong idea about shit, but trust me, mate, there's not a bone in my body that really believes that. It's just an inkling. You know, I didn't even take it the worst. I was coming here to say hello, coming here to catch up. Curtis, he's the only one that kept in touch with everybody, you know that. I'm sure he sent you a letter, whether it got to you or not. He went up north to see Gail just when I was here 3 years ago. You know Gail's in the north, right?
No, I didn't know.
Last person we would have fought to open up a fucking club. Screamy G's, he's called it. It's a fucking bad name.
Isaac, I think, like, genuinely, like, chuckles a little bit.
He was a big fucking himbo, though.
Yeah. Miss the kid.
Yeah, we're not kids anymore, are we?
No.
I think I'd like to see him again. He always had a good way of keeping us together. Curtis.
I'll do everything I can to see that happen.
I would quite honestly like to see that. If these kids are looking up to you, maybe you're doing some shit right. But Isaac fucking Yamero. Look at me. Come on. You're gonna have to prove it to me. And I'm easy. I'm easy. I'm sure other people will, our other friends will take a little bit more action, but if you're serious about this shit, you're serious about changing your mistake, it's a damn good start, you motherfucker. I don't know what your plan is. I don't know how you're gonna angle this shit. I killed a fucking kid. He was 20, but that's a fucking kid.
Well, all I need to know now is if you've still got that healing spark to you.
I haven't done that for 3 years, but I'm sure it's in there.
I think we've got a case then.
Well, I'll follow your lead and lead with genuine honesty or whatever. Is that fucking the truth prick gonna be here?
Probably.
You know he wants me dead, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get his wish. That law of default is kind of bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
Well, it's not often second chances get made, but looks like we found one, didn't we? Oh, buddy. Tell me, boys, this guy still sleep with his fucking thumb in his mouth?
Not that I've noticed.
He did that shit a couple times and we made fun of him for it for fucking years.
Jesus.
He slept like a little fucking baby with his thumb in his mouth. It was fucking adorable. Swear to God, one time I heard him say mama.
I didn't say fucking mama.
Oh, you fucking said it. He fucking
I said mimosa. I said mimosa.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, you
Jesus.
really wanted a mimosa. We were in fucking Arsene. That shit's a Ferenocean thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Are
but-
you calling anyone mama in here?
Mate, I'm gonna be honest. Have you seen the people in here? We got old fucking dead eyes to the left and we got old creepy face to the right. Yeah, I'm looking at you, prick.
I picture this dude looking like Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
I don't know what, with like a beard.
He's like a little halfling guy, like about the same height as Glitch, has like lean muscle with his like shirt off. It's like fucking kind of jacked. Has some tattoos scattered about, but like old school tattoos. Has like a long a fucking blonde beard that like whites at the bottom and has like a shaved head.
I'm imagining Ewan McGregor, like old Ewan McGregor on like a halfling body.
That kind of fits, honestly.
That's cool.
Old Cockney, Ewan McGregor. And he's like, yeah, I'm not exactly calling anybody anything. But, I guess I gotta get all pretty for my big day on court tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this has been a lot.
Indeed.
Better be telling the fucking truth, mate. Better not try any fresh shit or else I'll get you. Get it? Because I'm stuck in this fucking cell, you know?
Yeah, no, we all got it.
Yeah, you fucking got it. Just no one laughed, you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break. I haven't been telling a joke for 3 years. Haven't exactly been telling my stand-up routine in this fucking place.
You should be practicing.
Well, quite frankly, when you put life in a place, you don't really practice to get out and tell people shit. And these guards aren't fucking listening to me. They just kind of like look at me and call me Crown Killer. It's kind of fucking. I guess it fits.
It's kind of a cool name.
That's pretty cool, actually.
The intent behind it is not what's cool.
But still, it's a pretty cool name.
Maybe. Let's keep that to ourselves, though. None of that shit in the trial. I don't want. I genuinely, and he wasn't a very genuine person in the past. He was very like, let's drink, let's fight, like manager kind of the band, very like to the point and serious. And he looks at you and he goes, he needs to know that I regret it. He needs to know I regret everything. And Isaac, I know you probably know this already, you're not fucking unaware. But I really think that if we would have stayed... No. No, it's like you said, mate. You can't hang on to the past. So, didn't expect my first conversation in 3 years to be with Isaac fucking Yumero. A shiny guy and a big dog. But,
Hey,
we were getting all sweet on each other, weren't we?
I'm gonna fuck you up when you get out of there.
Well, you don't want to get me mad.
I'm gonna get you real emotional. I'm gonna break you down as a person. I'm gonna dive into your past and make you dig deep and realize things you didn't know about yourself. And I'm gonna beat your fucking ass.
Hey, mate. The only person that knows about my past is your fucking mate right there, and I don't think he's gonna tell you.
So I should hurt him?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he hurts himself enough with his decisions every day. But,
Hey,
what? We're not allowed to, us old men aren't allowed to, have a little bit of regret in our lives, yeah?
it just feels really real with you. You're attacking him personally, and that's what I want to do to you.
I want to attack you personally.
And he like just laughs, like a big like gut laugh, and is just like, we're gonna get along just great, mate. Assuming they let me out, yeah.
I mean, I wish you the best, but you're kind of a dick.
Well, I guess some things don't change. Isn't that right, Isaac?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna make myself pretty.
All right, let's head out.
And he like gives like a fucking sarcastic wave to you guys, and then looks at you, Glitch, like as you're walking away, like looks at you, and he's like, he just like stares at you.
He stares at me?
Yeah, just stares, kind of like concerned.
I give him like a quizzical look.
Do you want to do an insight check?
Sure.
Blint does the this world equivalent of flipping someone off, whatever that is.
It's flipping people off.
Okay, he just goes.
Damn. I got 15.
You can garner from that look that he senses some bit of like empathy towards you because you are so like positive, and is like looks at Isaac, looks at you, and is just like concerned for your relationship with him. But yeah, you guys pass the barrier, descend the stairs, and are back at the check-in area with Keely. She takes the R cart from you guys. You watch her like put it in like a bin, and you see like she shuffles out like this marble dust out of the bin at first, which you assume is all the other disintegrated R carts. Puts this one in there, closes it. He just goes, well, everything's signed. I suppose I won't be seeing you here again, but maybe I will see you guys in the city and give me a drink for the glass that I just had to clean up.
Come to the eye of the villa.
Sounds good. I would love to.
Just walk away.
Farewell, Kylie.
Bye, Keekly.
It's Keely.
Bye, Keely.
Bye, Tea
Thank
Leaf.
you. Bye.
I said bye, Tea Leaf.
Bye. And you guys exit the island of Grimwater, hop in the brick tower, and are on the tram back to the city.
Isaac, why do you want to get that guy out of jail?
He's a dick.
Isaac's just like a black and white music video, just kind of like looking out the window, like
All around me, I've remembered.
Blint's doing the hand thing. The hand wave. I was like,
Yeah.
he's like,
The fresh like lake air is hitting you. It's gonna
yeah,
nice,
he's
like,
going.
bite to it on this
Sorry,
spring
what?
day.
Then he goes, yeah, what's his deal?
Why do you want to get that guy out of prison? He doesn't seem to like you very much. Or anybody.
well, suppose I owe him a great great bit.
But he killed somebody. Isn't that bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
We killed a kid. You said we don't kill kids.
Hmm? Did we kill a kid?
No,
you-
he killed a kid. Is what
Oh.
I said.
Kid to him. He was a kid. The reason I want to get him out is because he wouldn't have been sent to Grimwater had I spoken on his behalf.
So why didn't you?
I don't know. Perhaps I was afraid.
Do you think he deserved it?
No.
Did he do what they said he did?
Yeah.
Why did he do it?
He had a very difficult life at home. If I remember, he had 13 brothers and sisters, and being the youngest of the bunch, he wasn't... He was often an afterthought, from what I understood. So, started drinking from an early age, had to defend himself, and when he no longer had to defend himself, he didn't stop fighting, and he didn't stop drinking. And when you grow up like that, it's hard to break out of it.
So this guy had it coming? The person he killed?
He was antagonizing him. But I don't know if anyone deserves to die.
Maybe I won't beat his ass. He sounds scary.
I don't know.
He is scary when he's mad.
I don't know how I feel about all this because we can't use what happened to us in the past as an excuse for what we do in the present.
That's true, and I don't think he's making any excuses for it anymore, but he did not deserve what he got.
But he killed someone out of anger because he didn't like them.
Well, he was drunk. Blackout drunk, apparently. Old habits die hard, Glitch.
Yes, but we have to deal with the consequences of our actions, don't we?
Yeah. Suppose so.
Sounds like he's kind of a shitbag. But I'm sorry that your friend had to go through that. But it seems like he served his time.
I mean, he's only been in jail for 3 years. He took someone's life away from them.
I don't know. Maybe there's other means of rehabilitating people. Seems like he needs help. Mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally seems like that guy needs help.
Jesus. Fucking
Kyle.
Kyle.
Chisel,
Chisel,
stay the fuck
you
out of this,
fuck.
alright? You don't know what we just went
You
through.
guys are really calling me Chisel?
no.
What is it, Kyle?
No, I mean, like, I want to be Chisel. I would love
Well,
to
we're
be-
gonna call you Kyle until this ride's over now.
Okay.
Fucking ruining our moment.
Jesus, dude.
We're about to be breaching. I just wanted to tell you guys that, so... if I didn't stop it...
Weird way to jump into the
yeah,
conversation.
if I didn't stop it, the metal screech would happen, and then I'd be here like, you're ruining the conversation. I can't be doing... I mean, I gotta ruin it one way or another. So
Okay.
anyways... as you guys... as it breaks and you guys pull into the city... you guys pull into the city, exit the brick tower that the tram holds, in this kind of sullen sadness, and you descend the 6 flights of stairs. on the side of the white stone walls and are at the dock district. As you're walking back towards the big wooden doors, you see Krudgelin Nanashevitz. Oh shit! Hey guys, yo, Blint, dude. I just wanted to tell you, like, guess what?
Did you get in?
I got in, and he's like poking your like belly.
Oh shit! And he like picks him up with one hand and just like spins him in
He's
the
like,
air like a ice dancer.
yeah. He's like, he has his arms out and everything. He's like, dude, I am gonna fucking be a bard. This is so cool. And he grabs your face with his little hands, and he's like, I couldn't do this without you. You know that, right? And he kisses your forehead, and then he looks at you guys, and he's like, all right, your turn. Come on, put your fucking hands in my head.
Yeah, just
head in my hands. Come on.
This is a thing he does.
Oh, fine.
I just put it closer to my hand closer to his face.
You're like, mwah. And he's like, glitch.
I rest my head in his hands like a dog.
Are they the same size?
Yeah, you guys are very similar in size, but I picture you're still holding him up.
Oh, I'm just holding him
You're
like
holding
a doll.
two
in front of
people.
everybody.
Yeah.
Holding him at eye level to everyone.
And he grabs Glitch's head and kisses him on the little like metal head, and he's like, all right, yeah, we absolutely have to celebrate, but no rush. I just wanted to thank the dudes that got me in there. Like, if you guys didn't, like, I literally went to bed and you saved the city. It's fucking wild. If you guys didn't do that, I don't know what I'd have to do. I'd probably have to, like, work for it, actually. And he puts his hands
That
in his...
sounds horrible.
Right? Like, Jesus, I'm just trying to
Ew.
be a guy that's, like, around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the shortcuts in life are beautiful, and I'm still holding him like straight up in front of everyone as he's giving us like this little speech.
And he's like, I mean, we paid our dues. All those garage sales, like, very gee. Like, dude, fucking come on.
Yeah, dude, we really
Really did all the work. I mean,
come up.
yeah, like, like a week ago, we were just in Entropica, like, with our thumbs up our asses, like, being farm boys, and now, look, hero of the city, you're fucking dripped out, my dude, and I'm over here, I'm gonna be, like, I mean, you guys didn't get me any clothes yet, but that's fine, because I'll be able to pay for it myself, with the tuition from the college, with the, financial aid or whatever, but,
There's fucking tap and whatever.
yeah,
in
tap
this
and
world.
pal and this shit. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys so much, from the bottom of my heart. Like, all jokes aside, that this is all I've ever wanted, and you did a good thing. You're some good dudes, and I just wanna be of service for as long as you guys are here. I know there's like rumors that you guys are gonna like dip out. Like Orem was saying that you guys are not planning to stay.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that's come up. We'll probably be traveling and doing other important, cool guy shit. So, we'll be around.
Fuck yeah, you should give me like licensing rights to your adventures so I could like publish them for you and give you guys a cut.
He sets him down. He's like, okay, Chrysler, you're full of great ideas.
Ugh, you never get, when you're up for that long, you don't get used to your feet on the ground. And he's like stomping around.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my best friends. Look at that. Just 4 buddies.
Hey, Crudgelin, it's wonderful that you're trying to better yourself.
Hey, facts, man. I'm glad someone's recognizing it.
Yeah, we're real proud of you. I mean, my parents told, actually both of us, and I quote, "You're gonna go out there and you're both gonna just smoke the mare weed and drink and lay around." But I don't think,
Oh, yeah.
we've
And
made
don't-
something
don't-
of ourselves.
Don't forget, buddy. And then she said, lay around and die.
Yeah, they actually thought we would no longer be living.
It's fucking wild. Look
I
at
don't
us
know
now.
what scenario we'd be in, but
Yeah, I mean,
and here I am killing other people. So I've completely flipped the whole narrative on its
look at
head.
that. Look at that go. You know what I mean? Yeah, starting a week. Start school in a
do?
week, yeah.
Wow.
We might be gone by then.
Oh, shit. Well, we got to make the most of it while you guys are here.
True, we should go party.
Yeah, we should. Let's
Black Eyed Peas start playing.
I got a feeling.
Freeze frames of them like smashing shit on their heads.
Yeah. So you guys spend the night. Do you finally go to the Fawn's Flora with them?
Yeah.
Because I imagine, because we said briefly that like Blint and Crudge went there for like, and then found out what it actually is about.
Yeah.
But so you go to the front of the shop, and you meet Mary, the girl in in the front, and it's this older woman, and she's like kind of like a hippie, and she's like, "Oh, hey, sweetie,
Mary, how have you
Hey.
been?
I've been great, can't complain. You
Did you by chance get that book I had ordered?
Is this like a store?
yeah, so it's like a florist's shop,
Oh.
and there's a bunch of flowers everywhere. It's like this nice little like kitschy, cute place. And she goes, "Yeah, I did actually. It was very nice." And she goes, "Do you guys want to pick the lilacs?"
Is that like a big deal?
It's what Isaac knows is the code word to get in.
Glitch is wide-eyed. Like, I
Oh
don't
yes,
feel
we
safe.
would like a bundle.
I don't feel safe. We would like a bundle. And she goes, "Perfect. Come out back with me." And she like opens the door that's like behind her at the like clerk desk, and you guys walk down a flight of stairs to the basement, and it's this lavish kind of brothel thing. Yeah, brothel / club. There's like, it's kind of speakeasy vibes meets like there's like a bunch of like floor seating and everything, like hookah lounge type beat. And a lot of like curtains on the wall that like, there's no windows down here, it's a basement, but they like make it all fancy, and you can assume that there's like multiple rooms that are just cartoned off by curtains. And there's a bartender in the middle of the room in kind of this circular bar with a bunch of people like in booths just talking to extremely hot people who are kind of in lewd clothing. And you guys with Crudge you start to realize like Isaac is very familiar with everyone here, and not in like a physical way. It's just he's been here so much that they all like love him and they love hearing his stories, and you kind of get the vibe that Isaac has never really like got the services here. He just comes to drink and like be friendly with the real people of this town. And yeah, you guys have a night. Is there anything specifically you want to do in this bar / brothel?
Blint immediately, he just like takes one glance in each direction, and he like pulls open his suit coat, and there's like like the little like bands that are in like pencil cases that you
Yeah.
slide like pencils in. It's that, but it's like little blunts. And he's like pulls one out, and he just immediately lights it. He's like, "Ugh, yeah, these look like my kind of people. I should tell her about my garden."
You should.
But he doesn't really know anything about flowers. He just knows mareweed.
Yeah, like just started too, like a week ago.
Yeah, he's like, I really thought that was code for some kind of. I thought that was code for some kind of weed operation, but this is pretty cool. And he just like sits down in a booth and just like he's like so high, he's just staring up.
Crudge not only does like the uppies motion to get the blunt, but he's also like, you think you'd be like more used to this stuff with how often you do it.
They both start fucking chaos. He pulls him up onto his lap and he like hands them.
throw up, dude. Not again.
He's like, "It's all right, here, I'll give you one of these," and he just smacks his back really hard.
He does like a baby, like, and then he's like, "Oh, that's so much better. Wow, that really gets you higher. Oh my god."
Yeah.
Glitch is doing a keg stand.
You're surrounded by a bunch of hot people who are like a bunch of like himbo dudes who are like shirtless and like they're fucking
yeah.
like keg standing you.
I like split off and start drinking and saying hello to everybody.
You greet like the normal people, like Rose and Twig and fucking Daisy and everything. You just have a good chat and catch up with everybody. They haven't seen you since you've been hero of the realm.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a good night.
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Is Blint still a virgin?
Yeah, he's such a like, he's not like a fake tough guy, but he's just like so innocent at heart. But he's like a total virgin. Even I think earlier he like,
No, you said in like the last episode that you've never done anything.
yeah, but remember he said some shit like, yeah, you don't know how. I don't even remember what it was like about like girls or like relationships.
Oh
or whatever.
yeah.
But no, he's like pretty innocent at heart,
I love that.
minus
Sweet
like
boy.
weed and drinking.
Sweet boy. But yeah, you guys spend the night there just getting rowdy. And in the morning, It is the day of the trial of Quinten Taylor.
Quinten Taylor-Atino.
Quinten the Toolman Taylor Tino. That's what you said last episode. So you wanted to add that Blint finally had his first kiss?
Yeah.
We'll say it's with Daisy. She's this like air elemental woman. She's like around your age. She has like this very nice like cheekbones, and her hair constantly looks like it's like floating in the wind. It's like this long like curly black hair that's like floating in the wind.
What kind of like being is she?
She's an air elemental, so she's like the spawn of like a person.
A genasi.
Oh, a genasi. Yeah, my bad. Air genasi. Yikes. What are like the air one? Is it like a genie and a
genie in a bottle?
It's a djinn.
yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's a genie, I think.
Yeah, genie and a person. So like a genie, like a djinn had sex with a person and made like a.
Does she float?
She probably she can levitate. Air genasi can levitate. That's what the air monarch was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was like very sweet on you the whole time. You guys got high together, and then like had like this cute little like teenage movie kiss.
Yeah, we're like outside on the side
Yeah.
of the building. She's like, "So this is how you do it."
It's like
Looks
16
like cool.
candles.
Yeah.
They're crawling on the table over there.
No.
Oh god. Yeah,
Um,
she's like, "Here's how you kiss."
and
Blint's
Crudge-
like, "Whoa."
You
She's
lost
like,
Crudge halfway through the night too. He just went off with like a
Crudge
guy and a
should be
girl.
dicking down a huge person.
Oh, everyone he gets with is basically taller than him.
yeah, like the biggest being in the club.
and
He's
he
just
does
like,
not discriminate. Yeah, he found like a beautiful muscular orc woman who just like picked him up, and he like took him to like she like Batista bombed him down on like a bed and then closed the curtain.
God damn.
But yeah, it is the next day. This cold wind blows in the spring air here. The sky's kind of gray with the look of like certain rainfall. And you guys, a little hungover, left the main thoroughfare, heading back through the gilded elven gates into the Red Maple district that separate the two districts. You guys head past the training barracks that are in the middle of the Red Maple district to the Hall of Penance, where, unlike yesterday, there is like no audience. There's no applause. There's no like.
Yeah.
It died down pretty quick.
Thank God.
There's several carriages parked outside. You assume from nobles or whoever's coming for the defendants and shit. And there's just some stable hands taking care of it there. You guys enter this, like, I described the Hall of Penance as, like, being red, this red brick that's, like, very menacing, and there's a lot of pillars and everything. You enter this large hall, which you notice things are a lot more reverby than before, where there was, like, so many bodies kind of to bounce the reflections off of. This is, like, not packed at all. No one's in this front area. You get past, like, the French double doors that, go into the actual hall itself, and you see as described before, there's like the two sections with pews. There is the plaintiff area and the defendant area. They each have their own podiums and little tables in front of their fence posts that block them off. In the walkway on the left side, talking to someone like an older couple in the plaintiff side. He is talking to kind of very cordially with this man in like his 70s, you would estimate. He is wearing this armor that's been maintained, but shows signs of like clear wear. The iron kind of looking muddied by years of like upkeep, trying to detract from like the years of battle prior to that. And this armor on this 70-year-old man looks like it was made for someone like twice his width, but as if he like shrunk in the armor. He looks kind of almost turtley because he's like got this like thin kind of like goitery neck, and his old kind of saggy skin is like covered by a well manicured like white beard, and this like military cut, like Caesar cut white hair. His eyes are like this like determined green, and you can tell he's just having this cordial conversation. And you see over on the defendant side, Tulip, Krudge, and Oberon. Tulip, Krudge, and Oram are all off on the side for emotional support for you guys.
Oh, I thought Crudge was like gonna be representing.
No,
I was like, what
fuck
the
no.
fuck?
Fuck no.
I imagine like in the Fawn's floor the night before you mentioned the trial, and he's like, I could totally fucking do it, man. Let me. Come on, Isaac. Come on.
I'd break a glass over his head.
And everyone laughs because everyone was so drunk and high.
Yeah. But it's like, it looks like it shouldn't break how weakly I do it, but it just like explodes on his head.
It's like the Loiter Squad skit.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you brought a birthday
Birthday cake,
to me.
my
Yeah, but you
birthday.
like just kind of like
It's exactly
you like
how-
push it into his forehead. It's
It
like
just breaks. And they like greet you guys as you walk up to like the table in front of the kind of like pew area. Over to the left, walking in to the plaintiff's side, he kind of like round, instead of going straight along into the right, or straight along into the pews, he kind of like rounds the corner by the windows and takes the scenic route, walks up to the older couple. And it is this kind of, he's wearing like this nice, plain but expensive looking suit. He is this older half elf who looks kind of like uninvested what's happening and like keeps checking his watch. He has like this really thin, small mustache and like these yellow eyes, constantly darting around for something to entertain him while he's like kind of like half talking to them. Oberon comes back and sits down. Oberon like speaks to you, Isaac, and he goes, "That is Galileo Pond. Mr. Pond is the lawyer that put your friend in jail the first time. I'd hate to say he's one of the best, because he's really not. He's kind of a prick. But I think you stand a real chance here. He doesn't seem like he's really going to try.
Even if he is the best, I am better.
I mean, as far as he's concerned, I think he thinks he's going to win regardless, because the case has already been open and shut. Also, that woman next to that man, that's the Vitruse couple, by the way. The older man I was talking to is Amir. He provides lumber for the queen. The Castle Vitruse is like home to one of the biggest lumber empires. He used to fight for us in the Crescent Guard. Now he's old as shit. You know how it goes. And he points to his Gertrude Vitruse. She is this elderly woman in rich silk wearing sunglasses that cover her eyes and black leather gloves. It's like if she's still mourning something. And there's some time before it fully starts, as like Sora hasn't showed up, Quinten hasn't showed up. And you're kind of just shooting the shit with everybody, like got a little nervous belly before everything starts. And Oram kind of says like, "Hey bud," and you like never really see him outside of the tavern, like where it's like not very well lit and everything. His like scales that he has along his like face are like really beautiful. They like have this gold kind of sheen to them and everything. He has like obviously the human side or whatever. Did I say he was human or half elven? I think he was human.
I think he was
I
human.
think you said he had a human side.
Yeah, so he's a human, but he has like this like draconic kind of vibe up like the left side of his body that has like his one eye is like fully like reptilian slit, but his other one is like a normal yellow eye, and he's just like, okay.
I looked at David. I looked at David. I was like, someone's gonna laugh.
I know this is getting bad.
He's got that fucking
I need
slit.
I need to choose I'm not choosing my words now.
Dude, I really tried so hard not to like even think about that one, but I looked around. I was like, so. Oh my god, that one I didn't even feel good about. That was so fucking stupid.
That's clipping. Clip that. Clip that.
Clap it.
Dude, that and fucking Kyle.
Kyle, yeah.
That shit was so fucking funny.
Oh my god, what an episode. Okay.
My agent's calling. I gotta be somewhere. Just Blint's not in the rest of this.
yeah. The executive producer is shunning me from the set.
Blink goes on a side adventure while this is happening.
Hey, oh my god, a unicorn!
Blint's just in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my, ow.
Blint's shitting for 5 episodes.
I'm shitting daggers.
All right, sorry.
But Orem walks up to you guys and he's like, I know that I was responsible for providing a testimony. You don't have to call me up because it's in the report, but I figured I'd be here because I kind of gave the more unbiased testimony the first time. Well, not testimony, report. I didn't have time to make it out here because I really didn't know what the fuck was going on. Just, these guys don't know how often people were getting near death in the eye of the villa.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
I mean, the old
It was scary. They
The old-
almost closed the place down.
yeah, I mean, the old advertisement was literally like, come here and you can kick the shit out of someone you hate. And I mean, you know, afterwards, someone's going to buy a drink. It kind of worked out for me, but it also kind of played against me. It was a little fucked. I'm glad we, and he like slaps Blint and he's like, I'm glad we got a change of idea around the place.
Yeah, I mean, one of the last times I was in there, I did get in a brawl where I learned how to turn anything into a weapon, but they're few and far between now. Things are definitely better.
At least it's in the good hands now. It's in someone's good hands, not, you know.
We're really fixing up the joint.
Yeah, it's a startup. It's a real fixer upper. But you know, I'm prepared to take the stand if you need me. But
He's just here for the ambiance.
and then he looks at Oberyn because I don't think he's really ever seen him much, and he's just like, who is that guy?
That is the captain of the Crescent Guard, I believe.
His eyes get like kind of wide, and then you watch his face kind of flush a little bit, and he's like, could you like put in a good word for me with him?
Oh, so.
I think he's hot. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I
You
could
guys
probably
just-
do that.
You guys seem like good friends, and like, I've never seen that man before.
Yeah, I'll put in a word for you.
Rad. And like, you've never seen him kind of flustered before, and you get the vibe of like someone who kind of doesn't leave their house.
Yeah.
And you always thought he was like so cool, but you'd see like him kind of be like a little meek and bashful, and he just like goes and sits down, and he's like, kind of like doing that thing of like staring at someone in class,
Yeah.
and just like, and like he's like schmoozing it. He's like actually talking to Tulip and everything, and they're being like, they're making close friends. It's like that thing of like introducing your friend to other people, and they're getting along, and it's just weird to see how all those 4 people in the same
Yeah.
area. But in this time, Oberyn goes, all rise for Queen Sora Athelion. And the few people in here all stand up. There is more Crescent Guard presence, especially after what happened the day before. The walls are fully blocked by 2 Crescent Guard, like each window is blocked by 2 Crescent Guard. And she walks in, seats at the judge's stand, and asks everybody to sit. You, Isaac, take the seat at the table in front of the pews. Amir and Mr. Pond take their seats in the front of the pews. And Quinten is brought in by Keeley and another guard.
Kyle.
Keeley and Kyle, yeah. Brought in by Keeley and Kyle. And Quinten is actually dressed in a different outfit than you saw him before. He kind of like had his shirt off and was wearing like ragged trousers, basically like held together by a rope. And now he is wearing like this like navy blue jumpsuit. He has these anti-magic manacles that kind of like glow. So he can't cast anything right now.
He has the Adidas jumpsuit on.
Yeah, he's looking good. He actually looks like he like got cleaned up because he was like sitting in his own filth essentially.
Yeah.
And
He's got a necklace with the Italian horn on it.
yeah. But he looks more like the older Quinten that you knew. There is a bit of like a bounce to his step that wasn't previously present.
Good shit.
And a bit of anxiety about him that you've never seen before. You guys have played a bunch of shows. You've been everywhere. He was never anxious, and now he kind of has this like small darting of eyes that he didn't have before.
As he comes out, Bloom's like, boo. And he like looks around as if someone else did it. And he's like, and then man spreads and puts his arms like on the back of like the benches.
And Crudge is like, bro, what?
It's like in fucking 21 Jump Street when he's like, fuck you. And he's like, what? And he looks around.
Looks just says it.
He wants him to be free or whatever. He wants whatever Isaac wants, but he doesn't like that. He just doesn't like him as a
Doesn't
dude.
fucking like him. And Sora gestures to Vitruse to take a seat, and Quinten is put behind the defendant's podium in front of you, and Vitruse is put in front of the plaintiff podium. She welcomes the jury in, which fill these. She like it's actually really cool. She like claps, and these magic benches, this magic bench like shows up on the left side of the room. And it's like a little jury stand for people to whatever. And nine unbiased civilians are brought in. You've never really seen any of these people. The queen then
Glitches up there with a fake mustache on.
I wonder what is going to happen.
I wonder what is going to happen.
And the queen addresses bangs the gavel, addresses the court, and she states, "This retrial is done in accordance with Crown law, and that because of the previous sentencing due to the law of default, aka no outside defense equals full sentence, Mr. Taylor was allowed retrial on the basis of proper defense. I will be fair and ask that everyone truly listens to one another, removing all intent or prejudice from their heart while in the court. This isn't a trial of treason after all. This is a lot more complicated. All past evidence and reports are valid, and the lawyers are allowed to call two people to the stand in defense of their argument. We will start with the defendant, Sir Isaac Humero."
Let's get it.
Okay. So how this is gonna work is the jury need 3 successful checks, persuasion checks. And it'll be done in rounds. You and Pond will be competing. But we're gonna start first with an opening statement, like an angle essentially. Then Pond will go, and then we will do bringing someone to a stand for questioning. Then Pond will go, and then we'll do a closing statement, and he'll also go, and then we'll roll at the end of each kind of round of that. It'll be a D20 persuasion check. But yeah, you get to go first.
Okay.
There's a bated kind of tension and breath about the air here. And Sora's kind of looking at you like go, Isaac, but quickly squashes that.
Isaac stands before the jury, kind of just like pacing a little slowly. People of Crescent City, I come before you today to come to the defense of a man who has spent a good while regretting the things he's done. In the time that I've spoken to Mr. Taylor, he has shown nothing but remorse for the actions that he has committed. Now, I do not believe that death begets death. A friend once said that we cannot rot away because of the things we've done in our past. We must always move forward. And I don't know any man like Quinten Taylor. A man who always wanted to progress things, who wanted to drive things forward. And he has changed in his time in Grimwater. I believe, if given the chance, that Mr. Taylor might be able to perhaps correct his ways, change as all things must. I think if given the chance, he could become a good man again. But that is up for you to decide. And I take my seat.
Hell yeah. And there's a palpable silence as Mr. Pond stands up, adjusts his suit. He goes, "People of the crowd,
Of course, that's his accent.
I hate to be a bit uncouth, a bit, curt with y'all, but do we really got a case here? The wrongful death of a young man taken far too soon. A case that, might I add, has been open and shut 3 years prior. This man, this beast, was let loose on poor Dornan Vitrus 3 years ago. Left to brutal intent. He beat the poor man, and wonderful Vitrus family. They're right here, still clearly so distraught from the whole ordeal. They're suffering because their boy got beaten within an inch of his life and couldn't hold on. Could you imagine what that does to a family? I hope you never have to feel that. And quite frankly, I think we already know an old dog can't learn new tricks. And,
I want to object, but, like, I don't know, like, like, what for? Like, I don't know the proper terms.
you can just say objection, like... Oh, yeah, I need to state that, objections you'll get a D4, and they will retract from his DC roll, which he could have objected you to, but he didn't do it that round. And any allowed objection, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I hope none of y'all ever have to feel that loss. That's my closing statement. Thank you. And, or my opening statement. Thank you. And he goes and sits down. And, all right, we're gonna roll the first check. I guess raw. No objections on either side.
Let's get it.
You want to go first?
I got a 27.
You got a 6.
Everyone's
Nat 3,
loving
baby.
it. Everyone's loving me right now.
Mm-hmm. And you watch as his super casual manner has been taken the wrong way amongst the crowd. There's whispers like, "What is he doing? Why? He's not even taking this seriously." And
Isaac is just like very focused
very
right now.
focused. Okay.
Cross-armed.
She goes, "All right. For this portion, you may call someone up to the stand, up to 2 people. Sir Yamero, you can go first."
I stand up. I would like to call Mr. Quinten Taylor to the stand.
Quinten, gets up, fully in the manacles, still the anti-magic manacles, and, steps up to the stand. He kind of, slowly staggers up there, his little halfling body, and takes a seat. And he kind of is, looking at you, but it feels like he's looking past you, like he's not even here right now.
Now, Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
'tis my understanding that you studied at Salametto's College,
Yeah, right.
Salametto's College of the Arts.
Yes, sir.
In your time there, to my understanding, you came to a comprehension of magic.
That is correct.
Or I should say, is that true?
That is true, yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind, could you explain the parameters of the magic that you have learned?
I studied in bard technique at Salametto's College of the Arts. I was proficient in cure wounds, and blessing and guidance, mostly divination-based things, but I could, help people out, give them a little boost of confidence through playing with my instrument, the trombone.
So, what you've told me is that you understand healing magic.
Objection! What does this have to do with anything? And Sora goes, overruled.
If I might, could I propose a demonstration?
And Sora goes, what does that entail?
I would like to demonstrate that my client could have saved the boy if the boy had not been removed from the scene.
And then Pond goes, objection! What is he gonna heal somebody? What is this? Come on, for real? Like, you can't take away. And then she goes, I would watch my tongue, Mr. Pond. Someone is making a point. Overruled. And, she goes, I will allow you to take the manacles off. So be it that he agrees to have Captain Oberyn Athenian's sword glaive at his throat to ensure no ill-doing is afoot.
Does that sound all right with you, Mr. Taylor?
And he just nods his head, yeah. And Oberyn Keeley comes up and takes the manacles off him with the key, holds them at her side, and Oberyn walks up, points his glaive at the back of Quinten's head, and looks not chill about it, like he doesn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinten's like, what would you like me to do?
If I may, to Sora, I have like a small dagger in a sheath.
Yeah.
That looks like it's almost like tied closed because I don't want to be like, I have a knife. But, like, if I may unsheath this.
Yes.
I untie it, pull it out. Would anyone like to test the authenticity of this dagger before I present?
And Pond walks up and he's like, yeah, I think I would.
I hand it to him.
Gets up there, he like pokes at it and he's like moving around. He's like, all right, fine. And like flips it and like hands it back to you. Like sits down with his head up high.
I turn back to Mr. Taylor. Oh, fuck, okay. Like, slice
Jesus.
my hand.
And Pond's like, objection! This is barbarian. This is barbarian attitude. And and
He's a barber. He's a barber.
And she said she allows it, and she's like, Sir Yomero, speed it along. Your point is.
Mr. Taylor, if you would. And I just hold out my hand to him.
And he's like, I haven't done this in a long time, and like looks at you like concerned for himself that he's not gonna do it, and he has to like sing something to do it, and he's like sings like a little tune, and it's like kind of like the magic isn't hitting perfect yet, and then like he like realizes he has to like focus harder, so he like belts out like 3 notes like ah, and looks super embarrassed doing it, and the cut heals over.
And I raise my hand, I show the jury.
And like Pond walks up and like touches it.
I'll like let people of the jury like feel over like where it happened.
And yeah, it's healed.
With this information that we have learned today, it is not without reason, or it is not beyond the
reasonable doubt.
Yeah, it is not beyond reasonable doubt that Mr. Taylor could not have saved the young boy.
And everyone's like, oh. And you see, Glitch and Blint, give me an insight check.
16.
20.
You guys are looking at the like Amir Vitrus, the like older man, and he looks like he had a change of heart in a way. He looks like regretful that is like the reality of the situation, that he could have been saved if Quinten knew that he was in danger. And he kind of like puts his head down in shame.
I have no further questions for the defendant.
And Quinten goes, if I may I say something?
I look to Sora.
And she nods. Make it quick. He says to the Vitruce family, I've lived every day for the last 3 years with the same hatred you probably feel for me, for myself. The excuse that I wasn't myself and that I wasn't in control is not enough. I know you angle for the death penalty at times, and I wish it happened. But that wouldn't be fair. At the end of the day, I wish your boy was here instead of me. And sorry doesn't begin to explain how I feel. I was wrong. It was all wrong. And Sora bangs the gavel and says, take your seat.
I go and sit down as well.
And Pond gets up there, realizing that he might be ill-equipped for this. And he's like, I'm gonna call Amir Vitruce up to the stand. And he calls him, and he's like, Amir Vitruce, you lost your boy, right? And Amir's like, I did. I lost him. That boy, he was the sole inheritor of the Vitruce Lumber Company, wasn't he? And he shakes his head and he's like, yes, he was. He was the heir to my fortune. And without that heir, you are left not given as much lumber to the queen. I mean, with him gone, who's going to carry on your legacy? You might have to close up shop. You might have to stop your business with the queen. Isn't that right? And he like looks at the queen kind of bashfully and like looks at you guys and is like, I suppose that if there's no one to inherit my business, it may fail and the queen might lose.
Objection? What does this have to do with the argument?
And the queen like looks and she's like, allowed. Get to the point, Mr. Pond. Mr. Pond. You get a D4 too, which is good because he has one on you for this.
He
one.
does?
Yeah. There was an
shit.
allowed objection because because like the violence.
Oh yeah.
And Amir kind of like backtracks and Pond is like, is it true that you are unable to bear another child? That this was your sole boy? And Vitruce shakes his head and he's like, regretfully so. I am also too old to bear another child. And he like kind of starts crying and he's like stifling tears and choking on his like breath and he's like, I just want him back. I don't believe I can answer any more questions. And Pond is like, okay, yeah. This man lost his boy. That's all that needs to be said. I mean, quite frankly. And see that healing thing? It was kind of bull. And then like
Objection.
Objection. And then Queen Star's like, allowed. Sit down, Mr. Pond.
That magic bullshit.
And Oberyn like is like looking at him like looking at you like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's not trying. And that is the end of that round, and we will roll another persuasion check. You have 2 D4 to subtract
Can
from
I
that.
borrow a D4 from somebody?
I got you.
You need it? You need any, my guy?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? So whatever you rolled, -1, dude. Yeah, suck it.
I got a nat 1, but that turns into a total of 20.
That's fucking insane. Oh my god.
With silver tongue, I should say.
Okay, but what did you take away from his roll?
4.
So, yours is -1.
So 19. Yeah.
19, take to 3. I rolled a 7.
Ooh.
Or no, yeah, so it'd be with his bonus, so it'd be positive. So it'd be back down to, it'd be 6. So-
Jesus.
But the jury is eating this shit up, my guy. They are not on the Vitru's side at all. And Sora goes, all right, now time for closing statements. We will start with Mr. Pond. Change it up. And
Mix it up a bit.
and yeah, the vibe in here is a lot more like leaning heavily to you.
Sora's like, this is a fun courtroom.
But yeah. Pond gets up, sweating through his his expensive suit, and I believe the evidence kind of speaks for itself. The brutal testimony that the Vitrus boy Dornan was beaten just for spilling a drink on poor old Quinten Taylor. You know that he didn't spill the drink; he poured it from the report.
Objection.
What now?
Altering of evidence.
And Sora goes, one moment, and looks at the report, and she goes, yes, the drink was spilled upon, the drink was poured upon Sir Taylor here. And Pond, looks like, fuck me. And it's allowed.
And Blint's like, fucking idiot.
Objection.
Blint's gonna get kicked out.
Objection. Defendant interference.
Objection, pussy. And he's dying laughing because he's hungover.
And
Glitch slaps him up.
Yeah, we're
and
all
Sora looks
pissing
at
our
you
pants
and she's
laughing.
like, Sir Beastwood, I am forced to allow that as I'm forced to allow the interruption. I'm sorry, the objection. So he has a D4 on me. And she looks like, fuck, come on. And imagine if this is how real court worked.
That would be it'd be so much fun.
Your life
That's
is in
how
the
the-
hands of a dice roll.
The objections are used against you.
That's how the English Parliament works. This dude's a fucking idiot.
Come on.
This dude's bald, fat, and ugly. Why would you listen
Why
to
would you vote
anything
for
he
him?
says?
Right,
Everyone has
fuck him.
He's like, fuck him, yes. We're all fit.
Everyone has powdered wigs.
But yeah, and he simply goes, well, the evidence at hand is that a family's left without their son, and it would behoove you to think with empathy. I mean, Queen Sora said it herself. Empathy is what leads this court, and how do you have empathy for a killer? A man who ruined a bloodline.
Objection. Leading question.
What is that?
It's when you're trying to lead the person you're asking a question into answer.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, allowed.
Will just took the bar exam. I
Yeah,
think
what
he
the
did.
fuck?
I actually just took it while he was doing his
Yeah, it was
closing
crazy. Your
statement.
eyes rolled in the
Since
back
the
of your head
beginning
like you
of
were
this
reading.
leading question. What the fuck, Will?
Where did that come from?
Pond.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I got possessed by the ghost of courtrooms past.
The
Bar
ghost,
exams past.
the ghost of Rob Kardashian.
Yeah. And Pond, basically left without a life raft here, is just I would lead with empathy and think in your hearts about what you're allowing to happen. And quite frankly, I believe, like I said from the start, it's cut and dry. Thank you. And he goes and sits down. There's daggers being stared at this man. It's now, and she goes, Isaac Yamero, closing statement.
Stand up. After everything we've heard today, I think it goes without saying that Mr. Quinten Taylor regrets his decisions. But we have to consider the fact that had Mr. Taylor or one of the various people at the scene been consulted, the boy might not have passed.
Objection, leading question.
It's a statement.
and Queen Zora goes, overruled. You made a statement. And Pond like puts his head in his hands like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not gonna get money from this, alright. Alright.
So I ask you all, I suppose, to lead with empathy.
Come on, man.
I have like a little smirk as I look at him. While this man has lived very hard life, I believe that there's a light in him. I believe that if we give him the chance to foster this light, it might become something far greater for this world. And I think it would be heartbreaking to see a light like his fade. So again, I ask you all to lead with empathy and think of what could be done. Sit down.
Okay. Final roll. I have an objection against you for that thing, and you have one against me. Let's do it.
Wait, do I have two?
Do you have two?
I don't know.
It was for
I'll just say one.
leading question.
I'll just say one.
You just
Or
leading
he
question.
swore, didn't he?
I don't know.
No. That was last round.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was leading question, and then they interrupted.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ooh.
Subtract 3 from whatever you rolled.
Okay, so I have a 18 then.
What do I subtract?
3 also.
Okay, I have an 8.
Oof.
I rolled a sub
Jesus.
11 for every fucking roll.
Jeez.
So you watch as the jury breaks up to talk about it. They come back, and one of the people, like a middle-aged dwarven mom, kind of goes, "So yeah, we overall thought Mr. Pond kind of didn't really have anything going for him. The argument was a little shoddy. It seemed as though he didn't prepare, and although we were asked to lead with empathy by both of them, it really seems like the circumstances that led to it were just like Mr. Taylor could have really helped in that situation, given he wasn't taken away. So, and he seems beaten up about it. I mean, his little his rant really changed our mind on things. So the jury is unanimous. We vote in favor of the defendant." And sort of, kind of like tries to stifle a smile, and she's like,
I don't. I fully smile.
She's like, "Well, Sir Quinten Taylor, you are fully granted an exit from Grimwater, serving your full sentence there of 3 years. You will be remanded to the custody of Sir Isaac Yamero and be freed as a civilian once again. Your charges will be acknowledged and not expunged from your record, and the full statement will be acknowledged in your future proceedings, as it will not be held against you. You're a free man, Quinten Taylor. And to the Vitruces, the Crown owes you small reparations for your loss. We will fully pay it. 10,000 gold." And Vitrus, stands up and says, "We will not be taking it. And in fact, we will continue our full support of the Crown with our company and give you control of who is the inheritor. Mr. Taylor, I was wrong to argue for the death penalty, and for that I have to live with it." And he sits down, and
Blunt's like, he's like, "Fuck this shit. Isaac's fucking sick." He's got he suddenly has a T-shirt on that says like Yamero X Taylor, and he has like a merch booth in the corner. He's like,
fuck yeah.
He's free. I didn't like him, but
He's free.
it's all
Free my
good.
boy.
Fuck you guys. He's just pointing at like really nobody.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah, and Quinten kind of gives you like a look of like just pure shock as tears stream down his face.
I just am smiling.
And he puts a hand on your shoulder as you're sitting down and looks at you and he goes, like wordlessly, just like hugs you. And that
I
is-
like
yeah,
slowly hug him back.
you hug him back
Yeah.
and you share an embrace with someone you haven't seen in 14 years. And with that, we will end our episode.
Swag.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Giggity, giggity, goo.
Big fucking episode. It's like 3 hours long. I don't care.
Thanks.
So that's gonna be fully cut out. But my cat jumped on me, right in the middle of that big emotional moment, and I am bleeding like a motherfucker.
Do like
Jesus
a replay at the
Christ.
end.
Yeah, just
Move the clip
I
to the
clipped
end.
the fucking mic like crazy. That actually really fucking. I'm like a little baby, but that hurt so bad.
It seems like it would fucking
Yeah,
kill.
It happened
he
in
like
slow motion.
pinched
from
my
angle.
skin there and like got underneath it.
Oof.
So it looks like not like big, but it was like that was
Oh,
in
no,
me.
yeah.
can
Like,
see it
You're
though.
slashed up.
yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
raised. But anyways, that is officially, I can finally state, that is the end of this arc. The end of a Crescent City saga.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
And stay tuned next week for the first official after show
Oh, yeah.
that we're doing a recording after this.
After show, it's a show that comes after the other one.
That's the theme right there, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been
fuck
waiting
yeah.
to open my Cheetos.
Yeah, we can
sometime.
eat during it.
Mhm.
Also, yeah, I think after every arc we'll do like a public feed after show, but we are definitely doing a Patreon exclusive weekly after show once we get a handle on that. But yeah, is there anything anyone wants to say before we plug the socials and dip out?
Drink lots of water. Get a good amount of sleep. And speak kindly to yourself.
We don't do any of that.
No,
The beginning of every episode is us just being like,
I love
Dark
it's
and
yeah. The beginning
self-deprecating.
is dark, the end is light. It's the balance of the world.
you have to earn the positivity on this show.
Yeah, you have to reach
You have
the
to
end.
go to all the way to the end, and we're like, nah, we're just fooling.
Things aren't that bad.
Did you know that there are jellyfish that exist that are immortal?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What does
Wow.
that mean?
They don't die of old age.
They
They're
found,
like elves. They're like fucking. We float off
They
the
only-
wind
they
down.
only die
they
if they're
found
killed.
a elf. They found a jellyfish deep in the ocean,
Holy shit!
and
Is it huge?
yeah, it's pretty big. And they did some testing on it, and they figured out that it had been alive like for almost like 800 years or some shit.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
That's terrifying.
They also like don't have brains, right?
Yeah.
No, they don't. I don't think so.
I think if we're wondering what aliens look like, it has to be something similar to like deep sea creatures.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
they look weird as fuck. Why would we?
People,
Why do we assume that aliens are these little cute green, almost human-looking things when like you have that shit on Earth right
Yeah.
now?
people were saying, or no, I saw a video about it talking about octopi, and
Yeah.
they were saying something like that the neurons that fire in our brain, like we have 100% of our neurons that fire in our brain, but an octopus has about 30 that fire in their brain, like 30%, and the rest is like the rest of their neurons are like spread out amongst their limbs.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So like a guy said, imagine like tasting something with your arms,
Ew.
That's so
because
weird.
that's like what an octopus does.
Is that why you said that
Yeah.
earlier?
Yeah, octopi taste things through their arms and then they
Gross.
eat it.
That's
Imagine if you
interesting.
taste it with your butt.
I feel like that's why they like
Balls.
kind of like grab onto your arm.
They want to
And,
taste
like,
you.
Yeah, they want to see if you're tasty or some shit. I don't know.
Creepy.
It's probably the same
Yeah.
way dogs lick you for no reason. Because they
Probably.
just they like can feel the salt on your body or
Facts.
whatever.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that was a good episode.
That was
That
fun as
shit had a
fuck.
little bit of everything in it.
Yeah, that was
Some goofs.
some
serious
gaffes,
moments.
some real serious moments. Been waiting to get to that, but we should talk about that in the after show. We get to
Yes.
say that
Yeah,
now. But yeah, you want to hit us with the socials, William?
Yes, be sure to follow us on all of our socials, that being Instagram and Twitter at QuestedPod, or Quested Podcast is our name, and like not the at name.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Quested Podcast.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
We are-
at Quested Pod.
Yeah, we are at QuestedPod on Twitter, on Instagram, Quested Podcast on YouTube, and yeah, be sure to check us out.
Yeah, we would appreciate it greatly. You get updates on if the posting runs late or what we're doing. Definitely gonna post on it more once we get
Yes.
the hang of everything. And also thank you for sitting and listening to this whole arc.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you
Fucking
so
great.
fucking much.
Like,
Thank you so fucking much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go cover my wounds and vibe out.
Yeah, be good little boys and girls.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to cover that wound.
Oh my okay. Thank God this is at the end of the episode. People are probably already tuned out.
Yeah,
you know?
people are like, God, these guys don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we love you. And
Sorry, Cleveland.
we're sorry, Cleveland. And let's hit him with one last good night for the Crescent City Saga, huh?
Good night.
Good
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.